So yeah, we should be live now.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing out there?
Uh,
It's not live on my channel, but welcome back.
What up?
If
What
you're
up?
new, subscribe. But I still don't see it on mine. It might take a minute or so.
Yeah.
Let's see if I see anything streaming on mine. Hopefully, I'm streaming.
I see the chats.
I know I see the chats too. No, I don't. Stream. Yeah, I don't see it yet.
It should pop up pretty soon.
Oh, wait, I know why. Because I remember. No, it's on my end, guys. I remember. You have to click go. You have to click go.
Oh yeah.
I always forget. I think you have to.
Yeah.
And later, yeah, I think I have to do something on my end.
Did you make the thumbnail?
Yes, can you let me concentrate?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I got a little beef with you about that damn thumbnail. Don't put
Okay,
Me
well,
too.
don't put that old white guy behind me like that. That's an awkward positioning.
What the
Look, I thought we was going to agree on this. Could you find a grumpier picture of me?
You said that big
And then old? Fuck you.
Don't put that guy behind me like that. That's a bad image.
Welcome back to another live stream. So what was your problem with the what was the beef that you
Well,
had?
you could have found a less grumpier one of me.
Do a better job with your thumbnails. You spent what 5 minutes?
Yeah.
I thought that thumbnail was pretty good.
Yeah, I bet you did. The only one that looks good in that is you, and you look goofy. Actually, the only one that looks good in there is Trump.
All right, this is round 2. Well, multiple rounds.
This is not round 2. This is a brand new debate, and I will say I think your debate topic was actually well researched on your end and well prepared, or well prepared, thought out idea. I actually really like this one. The reparations for the January Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely like that idea, but there's some other stuff I'm going to bring up. But I guess we can. I guess we can start with that.
Okay, how do you feel about how do you guys feel about Donald Trump preparing to send reparations to January Sixers?
Well, from what I was reading before, you said I look a little blurry. It looks fine on my screen. Do I look a little blurry?
I don't think so.
Is there some settings I need to adjust maybe in Discord to get the camera better or no?
You look fine on my end. You look great. I mean, not in that way, but you know.
Yeah, in that way.
Oh, no, we know what you mean. You think he looks fine. And you know what? We can make this work for everybody, okay?
Yeah,
I will totally make sure you win the auction.
Nah,
From what I
I'm good.
understand
Oops,
is the reparations, some of them have been sent out already. Is that true? Or I heard the payments for a lot, or for some of the fees that were sent back were like $500 to $2,000.
I haven't heard that it's been sent out yet, but I have heard that it's being considered amongst the Trump administration.
Yeah, the Democrats are already trying to block it. I think it depends on the situation. If they say they got injured,
It's low and the
what
high.
happened. The low was like $500.
The high.
I don't know, like thousands and thousands. You could claim like 2,000 just for.
Well, why should people that attack police officers get reparations and not black
Not
people?
all of them attack police officers.
The ones that are charged are proven to have done something
Which
illegal, right?
ones? Which ones? What's illegal?
We can start.
Some of them were they were just protesting. And they got dragged in. They got put in prison.
We can start
All
with
of
the
them, not
Proud
all of them
Boys.
committed crimes. That's a lie. Not all of them
We can
committed
start
crimes.
with the
The
Proud
vast
Boys,
majority of them
the
did
ones
not.
that actually broke the windows and broke into the actual.
That was one specific person. Only one person broke that window. So don't act like it was a bunch
There
of
was
maggots.
there was multiple people moving barriers and moving things around the Capitol,
Yeah, sure, but there's only one person that broke a window.
but all of these people were charged.
Okay, but not everyone broke in or committed a crime.
Should-
You understand?
Should the people that actually committed the crimes get reparations?
It depends if they're mistreated. A lot of them were mistreated.
The one example that comes to my mind is the fellow that spent 4 years in a janitor's closet with literally a mop bucket and I'm pretty sure a rubber hose also. So I wonder he didn't hang himself. But that is cruel and unjust punishment. I think we can all agree that that was wrong.
Yeah, if that did happen, that is wrong. But I'm not.
No, it did happen. It did happen.
Django, would it
I
look
would have to
better if
look
I
into
flipped the
that. But
camera the other way?
what you say?
Do you think it would look better if I flipped the camera the other way, or is this just good?
No, it's good. I mean, you can try to flip it the other way, or I can adjust some stuff.
Did a January 6er do time in a janitor's closet?
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. That's definitely happened before.
Okay, roughly 600 people were charged in January 6th. Around
And you
100.
think every single one of them broke a window?
No, around 180 were
I think
charged
every
with
single one of them committed crime. So you
around
will admit
around
some of them were
100
victims.
around
They were just
180
there.
were
They
charged with
committed
carrying a
crime.
dangerous weapon, carrying or using a dangerous weapon.
What was the weapon?
It doesn't matter.
Probably a knife.
Well, it does matter. I mean, what if they're calling a basketball a dangerous weapon? I want to know what the
If it's a,
weapon
I
is.
don't care.
Well-
That's
I
a
don't think
bullshit
it's
charge.
because I don't think it was a gun.
That's a
No,
bullshit
of
charge.
course
There
it's
was
not.
no gun.
But
There was
you
zero
know,
guns
in
found on
order to
January
be
6th.
charged with using or carrying a dangerous weapon, what is the thing that must happen for a conviction to come across?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I mean,
A jury of your peers must convict you. So obviously, these juries
Well,
considered these weapons.
okay, a jury could consider a basketball a weapon. I want to know what the weapons are.
Okay, Django, how about this? The people that did no crimes except they were just protesting outside, they're using their First Amendment right. Should they get reparations if they were wrongfully beat by police or no?
No,
No.
no.
Even though they were exercising their First Amendment
What
right.
police were they beaten by?
How would you feel if I said that about the police
What-
that were beating on black folks
They
during
weren't.
the segregation?
Nobody was beaten by police at January 6th. If anything, the police
Yes,
were
they
beaten.
were. They were tear gas. That was
What-
worse. What if I said
what
that about a black
police
man
were
that was
beaten?
tear gas?
There are so
How would
many.
you
There
feel
are so
about
many
that?
protesters
Huh?
that are tear gas on a regular basis. That doesn't mean that you get
Okay, so they
reparations.
shouldn't be able to sue the cops, or they shouldn't be able to, get
No,
reparations.
if
for
there
the-
was an order to disperse and they dispersed tear gas because they didn't disperse, then you can't do anything about that.
Well, they didn't say anything. They literally just started bombing people out of nowhere.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I do. It's on video.
What video?
They have a video of the whole January 6th day.
But
Never
there
seen
there
it
is no
before?
video of somebody's just the police just throwing
There
tear
is.
gas
They
into
literally
a
come
crowd.
out when they see giant protests. They literally just start firing away into the crowd.
That's not the
Like you're
case.
telling me, every single person in there knew.
Wait a second. Do you understand that the police officers
I
at the
can
cap?
say the same thing about the black
you
man. What
understand
about
the police-
during
the
segregation
police
and they
capitals at
protested
the
and police
Capitol?
told y'all to go home during segregation. Police told y'all
This-
to go home. You didn't go home.
this discussion-
You got maced. You got hit with the dogs.
This discussion-
So what's the difference?
This
What's the difference?
This discussion isn't about comparing January 6th to
It
BLM.
is because it's the same damn thing. It's a double
Are
standard.
you gonna let
That's
me
what you
talk
have.
for longer than 10 seconds?
You have a double standard.
This discussion isn't about comparing January 6th to BLM. It's about discussing whether or not January 6th, the people of January 6th deserve reparations. Compared to your justification for not giving black
The
people.
last slave was like 150 years ago. Why should y'all get reparations? You're an advocate for black reparations, but someone that literally got harassed and the same thing that happened to y'all in the civil rights era.
Campaign and suffering
happened to
last
Maya,
generations.
And you say, no, they're not the victim. They shouldn't have been there. I can say the same thing about
campaign and suffering
black
last
people during the
generations.
civil rights era.
Campaign and suffering last generations.
You're suffering. How does it last generations?
Why is
Does
Ashley,
not last generations.
why is Ashley Babbitt kids getting money?
Well, look at George Floyd. That's the biggest fundraiser in history. That's
Her-
$13
her kids
million.
wa- her
The
kids
best
wasn't the
thing
one- her
George
kids
Floyd
wasn't the one
ever
that got
did for
shot.
His kids was fentanyl.
You keep deflecting.
The best thing George Floyd ever did for his kids was crime.
George Floyd did get money from the government.
You don't know that.
He didn't. Not from the president.
George Floyd was on welfare.
Donald Trump personally made sure that Ashley
George Floyd was a welfare baby.
Donald Trump personally
His
made sure
welfare
that
ran out.
Ashley
That's why he was
Babbitt's.
trying to use fake money
You-
because his EBT card ran out. He was trying to use fake
You're gonna
money.
keep crashing out.
His EBT card stopped
Donald
working and
J.
he used
Trump
fake money.
Jr. Donald J. Trump personally made sure Ashley Babbitt's family got reparations. But
Okay. George Floyd's family received a major financial settlement following his death in March 2021, and a Minneapolis City Council voted
that's a
unanimously to
settlement.
approve a $27 million civil lawsuit.
Wow.
That's a
Floyd.
lawsuit. That's not from the government.
Criminal.
Career criminal.
Where's
Pointing
the
guns at
president?
pregnant women.
Where's the president personally taking part in handing money to hurt family? In his
The
opinion,
president
She
isn't
wasn't a
taking
career
part of it.
criminal. She was at least a veteran.
The president isn't taking
but
part of it.
she didn't
authorized
follow a lawful order.
it. He authorized it.
It's clear as day that police officer told her to not come through that door or come through that window she was
And it's
crawling through.
clear. Yeah, she was in the
Yeah.
wrong. She was in the wrong.
So why should she
She's a
get
criminal.
paid for it?
It's like George Floyd is a criminal. What?
That wasn't a wrongful death.
So we shoot all criminals now.
No, but
Lethal force was.
Do you
some
understand-
people argue lethal force was not necessary.
okay, but it wasn't wrongful.
It was not. That's an argument. That's debatable.
I
I'm not going to debate that.
It was
I understand. I understand if George. Wait a second. I understand
the
it.
same situation as Ashley Bobbitt, Alex.
no, it's
Reddy,
not.
Renee Good, same situation. Yes, it is.
We had our.
Alex
We
Reddy
had.
and
We
Renee
literally
Good were
had
way
our
worse
United
criminals.
States Congress in that
They were
building,
way worse criminals.
and those officers had a job to protect those representatives. If you have somebody literally breaking through a door, running towards the people that you're supposed to protect, what are you going
Why
to do?
didn't they call the National Police?
They were called
And why did they show up
late.
until 3 hours later? Nancy Pelosi admitted
Nancy Pelosi doesn't have that authorization.
until 3 hours
Nancy
later. Yes, she
Pelosi
did.
doesn't-
Called her after.
Donald
President
Trump
of the
literally
United States
puts the National Guard where he wants them to be.
said, "Hey Nancy, you want
Don't-
the
wait a
you want the
second.
police?"
Don't-
And she said, "No, we don't need them."
Donald Trump literally puts the National Guard where he wants them to be to this day. And you're telling me that authority.
And he called Nancy Pelosi and said, "You want the police here? What's up? You good?"
No, that's not the case at all.
Yes, it is.
Show
She
me a
admitted to it
recording.
on camera.
No, she didn't admit to
She
Donald
admitted to it on
Trump
camera. Look
asking
up the
her
recording
about the
now,
National Guard.
No, and she admitted to it on camera that she could have called the National Guard and then she didn't.
No, she said that she should have been more careful and more proactive.
That she should have made actions to further protect the Capitol. That's what she said. She didn't do anything. She waited hours.
Should have.
She said it-
Wait a second. Could have
She
Donald.
said it on camera.
At the end of the day, Washington D.C. is under whose control?
Okay, and he tried to get them to go there. You're proving my point. Further.
No, it's
He
not.
tried to get the-
You
tried
don't
to get the
let a
police to go
riot.
there.
You don't let a riot go
He
for
tried
3
to get
whole
the police
hours.
to go there.
You don't let a riot go for 3 whole hours.
BLM. That was not a riot.
What?
That was them raiding the Capitol. That was not a riot. That was a police-led raid.
There
of the
was
Capitol. You guys
literally
opened the
people
doors.
running to the
You
president
guys
while he.
opened the doors.
Do you understand?
You want us to watch the clip,
There-
or do you want me to send it? You can play it on screen.
There's literally
You want to play this clip on
reports
screen?
of Donald
for
J.
everyone to
Trump
see?
watching TV while people are running to him, telling him to call the people off. You're telling me those reports
You
don't
want to watch
exist?
the clip or not?
Are you going
would
to
watch-
address anything I'm saying?
You said you wanted to see the clip. Nancy Pelosi admitted.
Wait a
think she was
second. I've
responsible for
already
being-
seen that clip, but that clip is
We're
asinine
not going to play the clip.
when we all understand.
Asinine because she's retarded. She's
No.
so old she doesn't know what she's saying.
You're making excuses for the most powerful man on the planet.
It's not an excuse. Why
Yes, you are.
job?
Why didn't
Why
Donald
is-
Trump do his job?
He tried to.
No, he didn't. He sat there for 3 hours while police officers were being
She
attacked.
sat there for 3 hours. Don't
Actually-
Who has the authority to call the National Guard in Washington, D.C.?
I'm fixing to look that up, but the man who called quit the very next day after January 6th because he didn't do it, and he was I believe the sergeant. Give me a second here. I'll actually.
Who
find
gave him
this.
that job?
The Senate.
Donald
It
J.
wasn't Trump that gave. It wasn't Trump that gave him the job. It was not appointed by Trump. He was appointed by either Congress or
Hold on.
Senate.
Which guy are you talking about?
Maybe give me a second. I'll look it up. Who was the fella who should have called the the National Guard for January 6th, but didn't, and quit the very next day.
The individual does not exist.
The individual you're thinking of is Stephen Sund, who was the chief of the U.S. Capitol Police during the events of January 6th, under the intense scrutiny and widespread criticism regarding the scrutiny failures and the delayed deployment of the National Guard. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi publicly called for his resignation. Sund submitted his resignation letter the very next day. However, the details surrounding why the National Guard wasn't there ahead of time and blame placed on Sund turned out to be more complicated than initial headlines, but he was the one that should have called. Let's see. Who gave Sund his job? I said Sund.
That's what you.
No, I said Sund. Okay.
The request for
The
National
police
Guard
board is the
was-
governing body that oversees the department by law. They are the ones responsible for
Yes.
hiring and appointing the chief. So it wasn't Trump or Pelosi that assigned him. It was the Capitol Police Board.
Yes, the United States Capitol Police has nothing to do with the National Guard. The Guard has to be approved.
No, but they
This
can.
is the-
Wait a
they
second.
can call-
The guard,
they can call to be
the
assisted
guard
by
has
the
to.
National
It
Guard.
says right here, the guard has to be approved through the Department of Defense chain under President Trump. Like that's what it is.
Who runs the Department of Defense? Who runs the Department of Defense?
Who's the governor of DC?
And that's not what it says. It says right
Who
here.
runs the Department of Defense?
The guy that hired this guy he got hired. The guy that hired this guy got hired by
Who
police.
has governorship powers of Washington DC?
Who is in control of the National Guard?
Who had Pete Hegseth's place during January 6th? Because that's who would have done it. Secretary of Defense.
And at
That's
the
right
end,
here.
at the end of the day, the buck stops with Trump. Is what you're getting to.
No, the bud does not stop with Trump.
Yes, that's what.
Mud was appointed by the Capitol Police Board of Police. So he was appointed by the Board of Police. He was not appointed by Trump. He is the main guy that controls the
But-
Capitol Police.
We're
Trump can
we're
give him
talking
orders,
about
but he
the
can
National
disobey
Guard.
it.
You've lost the plot. We're talking about the National Guard.
Well, this is the police for there. The National Guard, that was on Nancy Pelosi, too.
No, it wasn't. A senator from a completely different state does not have authority over the
Actually,
National
she
Guard.
wasn't a senator. She was the what was it? The
Nancy Pelosi claims responsibility for National Guard's January 6th.
she was House. Or wasn't she House Majority Leader? Wasn't that what she was?
I'm not 100%. Jimmy Burris dropped a $5 super chat. He said videos are all over the web. Pelosi denied the National Guard under Trump calling her to.
There is no proof that Pelosi denied any type of
I
National Guard.
requested to send you the video to play it on
Yeah, we
screen
got
multiple
video.
times.
Yes,
You
that
keep
that,
denying.
that that's her regretting not doing more. But
That's her regretting not doing it. Yes.
that's not the same thing as her having the authority to deploy the National Guard. You understand that, right?
That's her regret for not doing
No,
so.
that's her regret for not doing more. Just because George W. Bush says that he regret for not doing more for 9/11 doesn't mean he set it up. You understand the difference here?
What are you talking about? She didn't. She says right here. Do you want to play the
Okay.
video or not? You just keep making excuses and coping out. It's literally on every single news network. Pelosi claims responsibility while discussing National Guard's January 6th absence video. I don't know what to tell you. Everyone here can go Google search it themselves. It's all over the internet. It's been seen millions of times before. This is nothing new.
I'm sorry, I'm replying to checks. But the core of this discussion is about reparations, right? And my
Yes.
thing
The
is,
people that were mistreated, do they deserve reparations if they
No.
didn't break any laws and
no,
they
they don't.
were mistreated in prison? So why do black people deserve reparations then?
Because
What's the difference?
because we actually suffered under this government through laws,
And
through
these people
policy,
suffered under this government. These people suffered under this government. You suffer under this government.
under what they were convicted of a jury of their peers.
Yes, who gave them their sentence? Who gives the sentencing? The government.
The
That's
judge.
exactly what you're talking about.
A
Yes, the
judge.
government. Yes, the government. So what's? It's literally the
Black
exact
people
same
did
fucking
nothing
thing.
wrong.
And some people did nothing wrong. They didn't
That
break
wasn't
any
proven in
laws.
court.
Yes, it was. That's why some of them got
Donald Trump is
released.
trying to pay all the people that went to court.
They went to court.
That
They had costs that they
do
were
you know?
burdened with.
Wait a second.
They
Do you
deserve
think
reparations.
all thousands of those people all had legal troubles, or it was just a small percentage of that people?
They never committed a
Most
crime.
of these life was they lost their jobs, lost their wives, lost.
Okay, that's private sector stuff. That has nothing to do with the government.
So
They
it
suffered.
If I lose
That
my
is
job
separate.
if I lose my job for
Against
talking
government
politics
tyranny at
online,
all. If
I
the
can't
same
sue the government,
situation
or I
was
can't
for
expect
Joe Biden,
reparations.
a Democrat went through the same situation, I would say that they should get reparations.
What?
Y'all don't give a fuck about government injustice. You don't care about
No,
criminality
I
in
could
the
care less
government.
about January 6th just
Criminality
getting
in the government
reparations.
only exists when you're talking about this man. Apparently, there's nothing illegal or nothing wrongful or no corruption going on in the government. Unless you're talking about this man behind me. As soon as it disappears, there's no corruption anymore. Isn't that interesting?
No, I believe there is always corruption going on in the government. It's whether or not you're willing to do something about it or not. Actually do something about it.
Hey, so obviously you're not willing to do something about it because when
What
clearly out,
corruption are you talking about?
if someone doesn't break, they're protesting peacefully.
Why would
They didn't break any law.
why should they get
Should
reparations?
they get reparations
No.
for being hurt by the police and going in and out of court for
Sue the
bullshit
police.
charges?
Sue if you got hurt by police, we
I
have a
can
legal
sue- can I
process
sue
for
the
that.
court system, and can I sue the police, and can I sue the DOJ?
No, we have a legal process. If you get hurt by the police wrongfully, all you have to do is file a lawsuit. You don't need no
What about
reparations
the
for that.
DOJ that put me in and out of court for years and years?
The DOJ that what?
Put me in and out of court for years and years and years.
This is Trump's DOJ, so you could probably get some things passed.
I don't care whose DOJ it is. I would be suing it.
It wasn't Trump's DOJ that kept him in prison for 4 years. It was Biden's.
Who kept who in
I don't
prison?
care if the money comes from Americans or where it comes from. But if someone does you
who
wrong,
was in prison for 4 years?
none of them.
They were in jail.
They were in jail. Some of them were in prison for almost, or some of them were
Yes,
in jail
because
for
they were
almost,
convicted.
No, they wasn't convicted. They was awaiting a trial.
That's
That's
specifically
one of the
who?
big problems is that they didn't get their day in court. What happened to the right to a speedy and just trial?
What happened to sitting in jail until you're? Wait a second. Do you understand if you're refused bail or if you're refused any type of freedom after you catch a charge, that's for a reason, right? You have to actually go to a bail hearing. And you actually have to prove that this person
They
is a
didn't
flight
give
risk.
them bail. They wouldn't allow them to have bail. It was never offered.
Okay, what about a
What are
preliminary
you
hearing?
talking about?
What about
They don't just give anybody bail.
So
you
you're
understand that, right?
so you're telling me that these people were thrown in jail with no type of court hearing, none.
They had to wait for their court hearing. They wasn't.
But you're not answering my question. I'm asking that entire 4 years they did not see any type of judge.
Sure, but it didn't get to the point. It might maybe arraignment,
And what was
but
discussed?
the actual
and
court battle, no.
and
Actual
what and
judgment,
what
no.
and what would most likely be discussed during that arraignment?
Your charges, what you're being charged with, and whether
Yes,
you plead guilty or not
and
guilty,
should-
whether you're
and
going
should
to
this-
fight it or whether you're going to go along with it.
And should this person roam free while we're waiting for his court to come around, right?
Hey, they give bail for far worse things.
they give Bill
They
for
give bail to murderers.
Okay, so
They
there's
give bail to rapists.
all I'm saying is that
Right.
there's a reason why these people sat in jail. And you can't just assume it was because they didn't support the
Hey,
current
there's a reason
the
that white
previous
people don't get
administration.
reparations. So, okay, we agree. There's just reasons for things. No, that ain't right.
No, I'm saying that it's in the legal system. You actually have to prove or make a case why this person should sit in jail. And obviously they
Right
did
to
that.
a speedy trial. That is their constitutional right. Do you realize that?
Yes, and Donald Trump should have had a speedy trial
He
because
did have a.
no, he didn't either.
His trial happened in a couple months and it was
Merrick
over.
Garland sat on his hands on that January 6th
His
trial.
trial happened in a couple months and it was over. Are you kidding me?
No,
These people was
I'm
4
talking about
years.
his
4 years. Now, give us an excuse for 4 years waiting for a court hearing.
give me a name and we can find out exactly why he sat in there for 4 years. What's his name? I got an hour.
I mean, there's not innocent black men in prison right now that are sitting in prison for nothing. That just
I'm
doesn't.
pretty sure there are.
January 6th sat in jail for 4 years without any actual court hearing.
So where's the double standard? You're saying only white people deserve to sit in prison for
No.
these long amounts of time,
No,
and it's
I'm
for
saying-
a reason.
I'm
But when a
saying
black
January
man sits in
6ers
prison, he's a victim.
No, I'm
You
saying
understand the
January
double
6ers
standard?
don't deserve reparations. That's all I'm saying.
In slavery.
Yeah, and that's your dumbass
You know what?
opinion.
I will read this pro Django super chat right here. This $10 super chat says reparations are not only slaves. The 60 years of Jim Crow. You didn't experience that. The burning of Black Wall Street. The systematic mechanisms like Planned Parenthood intentionally placed in black neighborhoods. It doesn't matter if it was intentionally placed in black neighborhoods. There's the ones that are stupid enough to do this kind of shit. If you put a liquor store in a poor area and put lottery tickets in it, and someone becomes an alcoholic and they become a gambling addict, how the fuck is that anyone's fault? That person has free will to do what they want.
You have a very simple understanding of how things works.
It's this simple. If there's something tempting in front of you, like, I don't know, Planned Parenthood or drugs,
that's
don't fucking
that's
touch
tempting?
it. Don't do it. Yeah, if crack is right in front of you, don't smoke it. It's that simple. And I guess they always say, oh, well, crack was placed right in front of black people in black communities. Okay. I've never taken any drugs like that in my life.
Is that your
I've
understanding
seen
of
people
the
do it right in
drug?
front of me
Wait a
before.
second. Is that
I
your
did not touch
understanding
it.
of the drug epidemic?
No, I'm just saying some black people make excuses for it. They say,
How do you-
well,
how do you-
the crack was placed right in the black
how do you
neighborhoods.
feel about-
I agree, that's wrong.
Okay,
That's wrong. I
how do
agree.
you
That's
feel
wrong.
about the meth issues within the white community?
I feel like they're stupid. Stop doing fucking meth.
Stop doing fentanyl.
Retards. No, it's more of a everyone thing.
Is it?
I mean, okay, Kensington, Philadelphia. Are you telling me most of the fent zombies out there are white?
I'm talking
at
about.
Los
I'm talking
Angeles,
about across
California.
this nation.
Okay, name me one major city with a bunch of fentanyl addicts that are majority white.
Major city?
Yeah,
I'm
one
sorry.
major
I'm
city.
sorry. I live in a very rural area where there's a bunch
Any
of
city in the world, any city in the country.
where there's a bunch of
Okay,
poor
so
whites.
you don't know. So you don't know. You say there's a bunch of poor whites in these major cities doing fentanyl, and it's mostly whites, but you don't know any cities that it's mostly whites doing fentanyl. Okay, New York City, mostly blacks doing fentanyl. Kensington,
Wait a second.
mostly
You
blacks
don't
doing
know
fentanyl.
that. You're
New
just
Jersey,
you're just
mostly
assuming
blacks
that.
doing fentanyl.
You're just
No,
assuming
I've been there before. I've seen it with my own eyes. It's like public knowledge.
No, you're
Most
just
of the people in these areas
that's anecdotal
that these
evidence.
drugs are occurring are in black neighborhoods.
That's anecdotal evidence, and with
No,
your
it's not.
eyes,
It's factual.
with your eyes,
It's
I think
factual.
you're way more likely to see a black
Most
poor
of these
person than a
drugs
white
happen
poor
in
person.
poor neighborhoods, and most of these
And with your
neighborhoods
eyes,
that
I
are
think you're
poor
way more likely to
in
see a
these
black poor
states
person
are
than a white
black.
poor person.
Black.
I don't trust your eyes.
So most of New York City, where they do crime, is not black areas. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Then you're wrong. In New York City, Manhattan, mostly black and Hispanic areas that are doing the crime.
Okay.
Statistically.
That's fine. Anything else?
No, there's no reparations.
Yeah,
If crack is right in
you've
front
been
of y'all,
going
don't
in for a
smoke it.
minute, but let me go. Let me get back to the topic of this debate. January 6ers don't deserve reparations. Nor
Black
should
people
they
don't
have
deserve
it.
reparations.
Okay, that's your opinion, but I'm talking about January 6ers and this current president. How can you say in the same breath that black people don't deserve reparations, but January 6ers?
Because you didn't experience Jim Crow, you didn't experience any of that shit.
Okay,
So-
Ashley Babbitt's children didn't experience any getting shot either.
Okay, that's privately funded. That's privately raised money.
Experiencing life without
Reparations are paid by the government. This was a private fundraiser.
Ashley
You're
Babbitt's
comparing
children.
reparations
Ashley
to a
Babbitt's
GoFundMe
children.
account.
Ashley Babbitt's children didn't get unalived either, so they didn't experience that.
Yeah, but this was private money. This was a GoFundMe. You're comparing a GoFundMe to government giving
No,
reparations.
there's actually proof that Donald Trump actually had a hand in sending money to Ashley Babbitt.
What hand? Did he donate to her or what?
He actually called for his own DOJ to pay out Ashley Babbitt's suit. So yeah,
Did that happen?
yeah.
Okay. Because they weren't paying the amount that was owed. Is that correct?
Ashley Babbitt's family sued, and Donald Trump just gave
Yes,
it to
if
him.
they win, they get the money. No, because that's not true. Donald Trump can't just give it to them. You're making shit up. Donald.
We're back on mine.
Okay.
We're back
yeah,
on the.
yeah, we're back.
Okay, I don't know what happened. Okay, so let's go over some stuff. The due process over the prosecution argument.
Yeah.
Proponents argue that the DOJ engaged in a selective and politicized prosecution, treating January 6ers participants far more harshly than individuals involved in other public protests or civil unrest. So they were treated way worse than the Martin Luther King people. They were treated way worse because they were nonviolent and they were MAGA.
Because people actually broke into the Capitol during the certification of an
And do you know why the dogs came and chased y'all down the street and they came with the fire hoses? Do you know why?
Sir, that didn't happen in D.C.
Because y'all wouldn't go home.
That didn't happen in D.C.
So what is the difference? What the fuck is the difference?
The difference is that a bunch of MAGA fanatics broke into the Capitol during the
The
certification
difference is y'all were
of an
doing a bunch
election.
of crimes and the police said
What
go
about the
home.
ones that got let in?
What about them?
I'm just saying. How many broke in versus how many was let in?
A couple hundred versus thousands.
So thousands let in?
Yes.
There was a significant portion of the defense that argues that many individuals present on January 6th were peaceful protesters exercising their First Amendment
And
rights.
many
They
of
were
them-
swept up by federal fucking agents, and you don't give a fuck.
Many of the people that was there didn't get arrested at all or charged. It was the ones that
Yeah,
actually
Nick
did.
Fuentes was there.
Fuentes was one of them.
And
then you got Ray. Who was that fellow? Ray.
Ray Epps.
Yeah,
Ray Epps.
Yeah, I know all about him and your conspiracy theories around him.
It's not a conspiracy
Yes, it
theory.
is.
They got his mug. They got a picture of
Yes,
his
it
mug in the crowds.
Oh, yes, he was in the crowds, but there's no proof that he was any type of informant or anything like that. Facts.
that's bullshit.
Yeah.
But Jimmy has a question for you, Jimmy.
Yeah. Not to mention, Ray Epps also predicted the bomber, the pipe bomber. Now, how did that happen? That's not a conspiracy theory. He did predict that.
Predict what pipe bomber?
There was a pipe bomber at the January 6th
Yes, and
riot.
And who was close to that pipe bomb?
That was actually the reason that everybody got rushed out of Congress, not because they got broke into, but
Wait a
because of the
second.
pipe bomb.
No, that was way earlier. Who was close to that pipe bomb?
I can't tell you who was close to that pipe bomb, but it was right there. It was in the riots.
Kamala Harris was the closest politician to that bomb.
She was not close to it, though. We've been over this before. She was not close to it.
Okay.
She was perfectly safe. We've been over this, dude.
Too.
The pipe bomb was nowhere
So
near.
it seems like a
any
lot.
kind of
It seems like a
damage.
lot of people were charged with a misdemeanor, entering restricted grounds, which seems
they were making crimes.
which seems credible.
Yet they try to put him in prison for years.
So
and years.
you think our taxes should go to paying other people's misdemeanors?
That's not what I'm saying. They shouldn't be charged at all. Therefore, that's going to save us money for our taxpayer dollars.
How?
Because
For a
they didn't
misdemeanor?
commit a crime and let them right in. Don't charge them at all. You'll save money. Bring the court
Entering
costs down.
restricted grounds.
Okay, don't give them a charge. You didn't give them. You just opened the doors up and let them in. No.
There's no, yeah, there hasn't been any proof produced showing that Ray Epps worked for the FBI or any government agency.
Well, it's still funny that he did that pipe bomb. Can we not agree on that?
How did he predict the pipe bomb? I'm not aware of that specifically.
He called it out on live stream.
Okay, what did he say?
Jimmy has a question for you,
Okay.
Django. He says, what can you not do that I can in this world today? Generational curses are meant to be broken, not paid for. You have every opportunity to be successful.
Okay, when was the last time a financial institution got accused for redlining?
I don't know.
It's in the. We can go back to the late '90s for something like that.
And when was the last time a financial institution got accused of debanking someone for their political opinions?
Debanking someone for their political opinions?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, financial institutions.
That happens all the fucking time.
I don't know anything about that. You will have to provide proof, but I do have plenty of proof of redlining going as soon as into the early 2000s.
Literally, Trump is passing new laws to make sure they can't debate you.
I'm just saying.
This was in the 90s, dude. I don't care what happened 30 fucking years ago.
He asked what I could
30
do.
years ago.
What
he
I
asked,
can't
what,
do. Okay, as soon as the
Right.
early 2000s, if I was looking to buy a house straight out of high school, I probably would have been limited because these banks are still doing redlining.
So you're going to talk about something from 30 years.
I'm sorry, but 30 years ago is a lot, especially if you could buy a higher.
They are debanking conservatives
What
today.
what is the best way American can accumulate? What is the best way American can accumulate wealth in this country?
This is people's own opinions. I have my own opinions. I would say the stock market, but most people
Okay,
would say
you're but buying a decent home.
property.
Okay, so do you understand redlining pretty much, especially in the South, put black people.
This was 30 years ago.
Put black people into flood zones.
How old were you 30 years ago? You were 5 years old.
I'm sorry,
and you were
the
gonna buy a house?
older gentleman
You were gonna
might be
buy a house at
the
5
older
years
gentleman
old,
next to
Django?
you might be a little bit more aware of this. Would
I
you
know
buy
you're not aware of it.
would you
You're
buy a
5 years
home in a
old.
flood zone?
He
Willingly.
asked,
Would you willingly buy a
Yeah.
home in a flood zone?
He was.
he asked you a question.
What was it?
Would you willingly buy a home in a flood zone?
Yes.
It just depends. I mean,
I do what the fuck I want to do.
If you had the option of buying somewhere else, not in a flood zone.
Depends if I want
really
the house or
depends. I
not.
know people that buy houses in flood zones, and they usually jack the houses up or put them on poles. I've got a friend that actually did that in Sevierville just a few years ago. He had to raise his house up to get a break on his flood insurance. So I do know people that's done it.
I'm asking, like, if you're limited income, not making big additions to your house.
So happens he is sort of limited income. He's not on the high end of the pay scale. And he did buy because it made it to where he could afford a very nice home. It just happens to be in a flood zone, and he had to jack the house up to save on his flood insurance.
Okay.
Now, is he 6 and 8? No. Is he disabled? Actually, he might actually get on this disability here soon. But
okay, but
he was just a laborer. He was just a laborer, and it made it to where he got into a home versus rent.
okay.
So I do know people that's done that.
Okay, I understand that, but you're at the age where the 90s, 80s, and stuff would have been relevant to you at this age. So what I'm asking you is, if you were a young kid looking to buy your home, and in the 90s,
You were 5 years
wait,
old.
no, let
Jacob.
me finish. Let me finish. And in the 90s, you were looking to a bank, and the only bank that was willing to work with you at this time told you that you only had the options of buying in this area. Outside of your knowledge, this area is only in flood zones. How would you feel about that? Knowing that these people
What was their credit score?
just on average for the area.
credit scores on average for the area,
Yes.
that could be low.
It's about the same for everybody else that comes into that bank and get a loan.
I don't know. I don't see
Now
that.
imagine if that was my parent, and that house in that flood zone, unbeknownst to them, Katrina comes around and destroys that.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I didn't realize we were talking about Louisiana. I didn't realize.
I ain't talking about.
Louisiana sits below the water.
I ain't talking about Louisiana. I'm talking about Mississippi.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So imagine
imagine
that person.
Anybody can do what I did.
Imagine if that person would be my parent. That limited their ability to gain wealth, because you know the ability to gain wealth is your value on your house going up. The automatic thing that
better their job situation. They want the job to be right there where they live at.
People borrow against their house. People bank their futures on the value of increasing the value on their house. Is that not right?
Well, I mean, I have to agree with that people do.
So
if
there is a system in place to make sure that you have lower value homes compared to anybody else, and it's not even a reason outside of your skin color, but they made sure that you had lower value homes. Is that not ripping value out of that person's future generations?
I don't know. I don't know that many people that have the wealth passed down from their parents. So I don't know.
Come on now.
Anyway, that was 30 years ago.
It doesn't matter. I'm showing you how wealth can be passed.
I guess that if I was being
prejudices against us white.
If I was being forced to buy a home in a flood zone because that's all that I could get a loan for, I believe that I would stick to renting. I would do something else other than buying a home in that flood zone.
Jimmy dropped a super chat. He said, funny you don't realize that most HBCUs are in Alabama. You're talking about on the southern foot, but look up state on HBCUs. And Lord Nairuku said, Graham, you don't care about what happened 30 years ago, but you never stopped you reciting 47 years of Iranian aggression. Yeah, that's because they're still actively doing aggression.
You don't care
Even
about
if
what happened 30 years ago.
About that, I can just say they were doing aggression last year. That's enough to bomb them for me.
No.
Their aggression last year is enough for me to bomb them.
Not to start this war. But if you want to say that this
is a brand new war, I'm going to say it's 47 years old.
Not to start this war.
HBCUs are literally...
Just to be clear.
Why can't white people go there?
Just to be clear, redlining is the most recent example, and that's not even the most clear example that I brought up to you guys. There are several different government policies that held black people back over generations constantly, over and over again. And you're telling me that we don't deserve reparations. But January 6ers do.
Oh. Yes, correct.
Do you know how crazy that sounds?
Every single person in life wants something of unfair treatment. You don't seem to fucking realize that.
But you don't realize that policies that's directed against a specific race over and over again can hinder that generation's wealth. I just explained it to you. I just broke it down to you guys.
What policy is keeping them from becoming a pipe fitter or a steel worker or a welder and moving with the job to get top-notch pay? For instance, I was an over-the-road trucker for like 15 years before I found a decent around-town job, and that's how I got ahead. Was being the bottle of water that's on the airplane. So you can choose to be the bottle of water in the grocery store, which costs 50 cents, or you can be the bottle of water at the gym that costs $2, or I'll fast forward to the bottle of water on the airplane, which costs you $15. Choose to be the bottle of water on the airplane.
Yes.
Don't expect to stay in some place like Mississippi, Missouri, or Detroit and expect good jobs to come to you, because that's not the way it works.
Yes, that's not the way it works anywhere. I agree with you on that. But I'm saying I'm not even disagreeing with you on that we have the ability to make things better today. All I'm saying is, where is the starting off point? Is our starting off is on average our starting off points the same? And it's not.
Yes.
It's
Yes. Yes, it
not.
is.
It's not.
I wasn't born with anything. I had to scratch my way to the top. Nobody gave me shit.
How
So
many?
what do you mean?
How
we
many
are-
people in your
we
family
get
own
different-
businesses?
Oh,
How many people in your family own
Oh.
businesses?
businesses?
Yes. How many people?
My mom was a nurse. My mom came from the hills of eastern Kentucky.
But do you have anybody in your family that owns businesses? Nobody.
No,
None.
none.
You don't have anybody. You,
Because
Huh.
he's white, his family owns businesses.
no, I'm talking about cousin, uncle, aunt,
No.
any of
You
it.
think because he's white, his family owns
My cousin's husband is a nurse practitioner. One of my other cousins works in the coal mines.
And what is the other one?
I've got my Democrat uncle that's a federal mine inspector, or was.
A
My
Democrat.
aunt, which is his wife, worked in a grocery store and later lucked out with getting a job as a secretary at a real estate agency. So no, never
Okay.
had nepotism ever.
Okay.
Never had anybody hook me up with
And
a job.
how many of those people went to college?
None.
So
I
you're
take that back. No, whoa. The nurse practitioner went to college. My mom, she went to a 2-year college, but she got sponsored by a drugstore in eastern Kentucky that she worked for.
when did your mom go to school?
Back in the,
Could my mom have went to school at that time?
and she worked.
Wait a
She
second.
worked for her
Could my
college
mom
at
have
that
went to school at that
drugstore
time?
to go to that nursing school?
Could my mom
So she
have
worked
could
her
my
way
mom
through. It
have went to
wasn't
that
given-
school at that time?
It wasn't given to her, and she lived for 2 years off of a Coca-Cola and a honey bun every day.
Okay, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, could my mom have went to school at that at that time?
I don't see why not.
In the
We've
60s?
got black colleges today, and we don't
Wait a
have
second.
all white schools
I'm
nowhere.
talking about in the 60s when your mom went to school.
I'm sure there was somewhere.
Huh?
There's places my mom couldn't have had
Huh?
what she had.
I'm
There's
just
places that my mom probably couldn't have went
do
to
you
school
understand the difference of difficulty?
You
Then
And that black people have colleges too?
yes,
God damn.
but it's only in Pacific area of this country, is it not?
Guess if my mom was in Detroit, she probably wouldn't have got those opportunities. I guess if my mom was in Missouri, she probably wouldn't have got those opportunities. I
But
guess if my mom was in Louisiana, she probably wouldn't have got those opportunities.
Do you
But the
understand
fact
the
is, she was
difference
in
of
Eastern
difficulty?
Kentucky.
There-
She worked
there's
her
a difference
ass off
of,
to get where she's at.
and I'm telling you,
You
with my
thought
mom
also
being
that
a
it's
black,
crazy.
with my mom being a
Your
black,
mom work as hard as my mom.
and I'm
I'd be willing
saying,
to bet you right now that if they was out doing yard work, my mom would work your mom under the fucking table.
okay, but all I'm saying is
Give
it
you everything I got.
okay, that's understandable. But what I'm saying is that if my mom was in the same position as your mom in the same year, no matter how much harder my mom worked, your mom would have got a leg up. You know why?
Sure, there are places that your mom was at that my mom wouldn't have got a leg up.
Where? In the 60s? Where?
Where was your mom at in the 60s?
I think she was.
Was your mom even in the 60s? Where was your mom at?
I think she
How
was a
old is your
teenager.
mom?
I think she was a
My mom
teenager
is
at the time.
78 years old. How old is your mom?
I think she was a teenager at the time.
How old is your mom?
I don't know the exact date. I don't know exactly how old she is.
How old your mom is. You are a poor son. You are a sorry sack of shit son if you don't know how old your mom is.
Okay.
Shame on you, Django.
Okay, I can give you an age range, but that's not the case. That's not the discussion that we're having.
Asking for a street address. I'm asking how old your mommy is.
I would say that she was about a teenager in the 60s. Almost a teenager, maybe a preteen.
a preteen.
Yeah.
So her college years was in the 70s. So we're not even comparing comparable times.
No, I'm giving you a hypothetical. That's what I told you from the beginning.
Guys, I'm giving you a hypothetical. There are places where you, as a black person, are going to get a leg up, whereas me, as a white person, will not.
Where?
Regardless of whether color of my skin
Where?
or reverse
Name
circumstances,
the places.
it is still racism.
Name the places.
NBA.
Name the places where I get a leg up.
NBA. Why can't I be hired on and play basketball with Michael
Luka
Jordan?
Doncic is one of the best players in the NBA.
Wait, y'all. That's just one Serbian guy, and many white people would say he's not even white.
Jokic.
But Jimmy says you can't help
Tyler
someone
Hero.
that's a racist and wants to talk
Wait a
about
second.
it,
Jokic, Tyler
not do
Hero,
nothing about it.
all these other white players.
Let's
Get
see.
Red Bull. You want Red Bull?
Yeah, sure. Let's see.
I'll be right back.
Let's see action. Let's see real actions, real talk. You're a TDR. What is a TDR? I don't know.
A what?
I got it. You worry about you. Okay, now let me read it again. Django said something for you. He says, you can't help someone that is racist and wants to talk about it but do nothing about it. Talk is cheap. Let's see actions, real talk. You are TDR.
Wait a second. Actions about what?
About all this reparations and calling for white people to pay you and whatnot.
What am I supposed to do about that except for demand it from the government? Vote.
Yeah, get out there and protest. E93 dropped a super chat. He said, why are blacks the only one in the USA who say racism? Why don't Asians complain about it? White here, father died homeless.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry to hear, man. God bless you.
I guess he was asleep.
Rest in peace, your
I
father.
guess he was asleep during the Stop Asian Hate era.
That was literally for like 2 months, and that should have happened a long time ago.
They still complain.
No, they don't.
Yes, they did. It's like,
Okay. Who is the people that were mostly doing the hate on the Asians?
What are you talking about?
Do you remember how that era started? Because of viral social media videos of certain ethnicities bullying Asian people? You remember how that started?
This is why I don't trust your eyeballs. If you're referring to black people,
It's because black people were on camera bullying.
That's the only thing that popped up in your algorithm. That's the only thing that popped up in your algorithm because the algorithm know that you're racist.
Well, that's what
you want to
happened.
see. Yeah.
Did anyone else out there see back then when that Stop Asian Hate was mostly black people beating up Asians? Am I making shit up?
Yes, that's your algorithm.
No, that's not my algorithm. That's facts.
Okay. But yep.
That's facts.
Ugh. Probably finna wrap this up a little early. I gotta do some stuff tomorrow. But yeah, anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know. Gandalf will be back in 2 minutes if you want to give it another 5 or 10 minutes.
Is that
so
his
we can
name?
make it a 1 hour.
Is that his name?
Huh?
Gandalf? Is that like
Yeah,
a
his legal
nickname?
name is Gandalf. No, it's Gandalf.
Oh, okay. But yeah, hopefully through these debates I can find some real competition out here in the debate space that's not gonna scream half the time.
Oh,
But,
we didn't scream.
Yeah, y'all.
You just don't let other people talk.
Y'all getting real triggered.
You just
over
don't
there.
let other people talk.
Y'all
That's
getting-
the only.
Y'all getting real triggered.
No, we're not getting triggered. Why do we be only getting reparations? It's funny.
Yeah, Donald
And
Trump.
what's triggering
Donald
about it?
Trump making these wars for Israel.
What wars for Israel? What proof do you have it is for Israel?
What proof
Let's
do I
ask you the question that we asked Jovan.
have?
What do you think about? What do you think about the money Israel is sending to AIPAC to influence American politicians? What do you think about that money?
The money that Israel is sending to AIPAC?
Yeah.
Is there money Israel is sending directly to AIPAC? Is there proof of that? Because if so, then AIPAC should be closed down.
Well, according to Jovan, there was.
No, I'm
And
not.
then when I told him that,
I'm not-
that was bullshit, and there's $0 from Israel coming to AIPAC, he said that Muriel Adelson, or whatever her name is, receives money from the Israeli government and then gives it to AIPAC, which is also a lie. She receives $0 from the Israeli government, though she is Jewish and she is one of Trump's number one donors.
Yeah. I don't know about any proof that money is coming directly from Israel to APEC. That would be just the number one reason why it should be closed down, though. I wouldn't have any problem with APEC being closed down. Take all money out of politics, for that matter. APEC, any military spenders, all that stuff. Take all that money out.
There's $500 billion from Saudi Arabia, and there's $30 billion in APAC that's not even from Israel.
Well,
Jimmy Burris,
does
ahead.
APEC report all of their major donations?
yeah, every single pack has to report every donation
Okay,
by law.
I would have to look into that. But yeah, I'm definitely not a supporter of APEC. I'm not supportive.
Why? What's wrong with APAC?
I'm not a supporter of APEC because I'm not a supporter of money and politics at all. Any lobbyist.
How are you going to run a campaign then without money?
Well, when I say money and politics, I mean that there should be no large corporations. All donations should come from.
Okay, what about a
Americans.
CEO of a large corporation?
No, corporations are not.
Okay, so
Well,
how do we
wait
deem
a
that?
second.
What about
No,
employees
no.
of a
I
large
mean,
corporation?
if it's the individual, then of course they can donate or whatever. But as far as
Okay, that 99% of the time it is the individual. It's the CEOs. It's those type of people that lobby and donate.
no,
But Jimmy dropped another
these are
super
super PACs and entire corporations donating millions of dollars. I think there should be a cap, and I think there should be transparency on where this money is coming from.
So
There is
Kamala
transparency.
shouldn't have had near the amount of money she had to spend on her presidential campaign. Because if I'm not mistaken, did she not outspend Trump?
Yeah, I think she spent $2.2 billion, and Donald Trump spent $1.8 billion.
Is that including what Biden spent?
I don't believe
I don't
so.
know.
She's got her campaign and Biden had his. I don't see why they would be.
They were on the same campaign. They were on the same campaign.
He
from
got the
start.
remainder of funds, yeah, because she did an illegal action and took his funds.
Oh, okay. So it was
Jimmy
the
Burris
Biden
says something.
Kamala, huh?
Jimmy Burris wants to talk that to you. He really, really wants to talk that shit to you.
Well,
He says funny.
tell
He says funny.
him to come see me on stream, and I have no problem debating him, as long as he's
said-
well behaved. Unlike
He said funny. Real talk, got a nice mic and headphones and drip, yet he need more money. Maybe invest and stop being hood rich. You have no room to talk. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I have a hoodie that's from Temu and a hat that I've had for about 4 years. I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, here we go. This comment's directed towards you. You want to read it?
Oh Lord. See, funny to hear someone say real talk, but ignore 60 years of Jim Crow and building for only one demographic, acting like 70s was fair and equal. Nothing's fair and equal. Nothing's been fair and equal, and nothing will ever be fair and equal. It's not a fair world. Did our parents not tell us this growing up?
So
The world ain't fair, son.
So why did our founding fathers say all men are created equal?
I get we are created equal. It doesn't mean that the
Okay.
world isn't unjust.
So we are created equal. So that means that we should have the same. We should put the same value on life, right? Life, right?
Good luck making people
Oh,
with you. I'm just saying,
Huh?
the world is not always will be.
I get that.
Stop playing victim.
That's your opinion on life, and I don't envy you. All
I'm
saying,
pretty sure that's spot on.
okay, that's fine. All I'm saying is that if Republicans value life so much, it seems like you don't show that with you guys' actions, especially when it comes to supporting children, making sure that children get free lunch at school. That seems like a simple thing, especially from pro-lifers. Don't you think?
No, because it's not the government's job to take care of you kids. You don't realize that, do you?
If we're demanding kids go to school, if we're sending parents to school for not going to school, shouldn't it be the responsibility of the government to pay those kids?
Shouldn't it be on the government to take away your kids from you if you can't afford a basic $5 lunch every day for your children? Shouldn't the government just take away your children because you're such a piece of shit you can't provide for your kid?
$5 every day,
Yeah, that's not shit.
maybe to you,
Yeah. Huh?
maybe to you.
To anyone, it ain't even $5 a day anyway. It's honestly cheaper than that, but that's just a random number I
I
threw
remember
out
when I
there.
went to school, it was $1 a day.
But let's say it is $5, which is on the more expensive end. If you can't
Well,
afford that for your kid, then what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm not against free lunch
well,
either, honestly.
if
So
you're
you're kind
gonna
of putting
force,
words in my
wait a
mouth.
second. If we're gonna force people
You
to
can
have
get free
kids,
lunch if you can prove your
okay,
kid.
but I'm pretty sure you guys are
It's free to
pro-life.
form.
You guys are pro-life, so you think a baby should be had no matter the condition that it's in, or the condition that
If
it's
it's in
born
bad
in.
condition, it should be put up for adoption. I
No,
also believe that.
do you guys support free lunches for adoption
Why are you
centers?
supporting the narrative they want you to support? They
Do you
want you to support
do you guys
abortion
do
in
you
black
guys support free
communities.
lunches for adoption centers?
I support free lunch for anyone that
You talking
really
about
needs it.
orphans? You talking about orphans?
Yes.
Of course I do.
So why not kids that go hungry at school?
I never said I was against free lunches. I'm against free lunches for parents that make enough money to provide for
Well,
their kids.
I guess that's going to be
Which is exactly what
situation
Donald Trump did. He
where
didn't take
orphans-
away free lunches. He just took away free lunches unless you fill out a piece of paper saying how much you earn to prove and to show us that you're poor and you need help. We're not going to give free lunches to kids that make their parents make $100,000 a year. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen.
It's not $100,000. What is the cutoff for a free lunch?
There is no cutoff in some states. You can claim that you did because they don't ask for proof. You can say whatever you want, and they give it to you.
That's
And
not
sometimes
the case.
they don't even.
Oh
Yes,
my
it
God.
is. Yes, it is.
And
Yes, it is.
and risk ending up on the news for fraud.
They're not going to investigate
So
that. How are they
so
going to
so
prove that?
people should break the laws just so their kids can eat.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just telling you what happens.
Okay.
Someone dropped a super
But
chat. They
you're-
said all created equal does not mean reparations.
Of course it doesn't, but if you subjugate a specific race in this country for over 400 years, then yeah, that's a problem.
400 years? What about thousands of years of African slavery on whites? Is that a
I'm
problem?
sorry, we live in America, sir.
Yeah, okay. There's
I'm
still
talking
African
about
slavery
America.
going on right
I'm not
now.
asking for You should ask for reparations from Africa then. I'm asking
Yeah,
for
I am.
reparations from
I am. You're
America.
part African, so you owe me
No,
reparations.
Africa doesn't have a government. You should ask for
Africa
reparations.
doesn't have a government. Africa is not a country. Africa is a continent. Aren't you?
Exactly.
We should
Exactly.
Don't you know this?
They don't have a
Exactly.
government. We should conquest it. That should be
That's
America.
not what I'm saying. I'm saying this government, this American country, this country here has subjugated a specific race for over 400 years.
Yeah, I'll agree to that, but you weren't subjugated.
You can deflect
I'll agree to
to
that, but
some
you weren't
random African
subjugated.
country that you felt like enslaved white people when they really enslaved Jews, unless you claim to be a Jew.
They didn't just enslave Jews. They enslaved all kinds of Europeans when the Moors went through Europe and started invading European countries.
That's a
They brought
different
Europe-
different type of slavery. That was not chattel slavery.
It's basically the same. What's the difference?
No, it's not. Chattel slavery is where you are deemed subhuman and that you will never become.
They were deemed subhuman too. They were treated subhuman.
Where you will never
They were
become
treated
free.
subhuman.
Chattel slavery has no path to freedom.
They were treated. All slaves are treated subhuman. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You didn't
Dude,
let
and
you didn't
also-
let me finish. I said in chattel slavery you have no path to freedom.
Yeah, most people that were indentured slaves died. They never got set free in the
So,
first place. And
every-
they never even
every-
asked to be brought back to Africa.
Every
so they were
human
taken
passes
from
away
their
at
own
some
land.
point.
Your whole point is retarded.
No,
Colonel
it's
P
not.
says you talk about past campaigns and ignore the present. You MAGAs are dumb. What past campaigns? What are you talking about? Anyway, Jimmy
up
Burris.
Egypt.
Egypt. About past campaigns. Is he talking about past slavery? Jimmy Burris says you bought a hoodie from Temu, which I don't believe. Why not support black business instead of China? Also, you didn't mention the mic and headphones. That's roughly $3,000 to $5,000.
Oh, I wish
I
it
don't believe
was.
that's
I wish
true.
it was that much, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of fucking
I,
headphones and microphone do you got?
this is some headphones from a random dollar store, but this is something that somebody else bought me. So
You got that mic for free?
no, I'm talking about this hoodie. This is something that somebody else
Oh,
bought me.
okay.
This mic I did buy when I was doing my gaming stuff. So yeah,
Nice.
but
So we were talking about how you guys aren't going to get reparations. Hey, Democrats, how did the Supreme Court's ruling go on Virginia?
what about it?
It's Republican.
I mean, I'm not really panicking about that because it's looking very bad for Republicans this midterms.
Oh no, y'all were talking about how you're gonna win and it's gonna
We're-
be easy, and
it-
now every
it-
single Democrat is silent. All y'all are just completely
Wait a
silent.
second. The Democrats are still in a good position. I'm not, a registered Democrat, but I do recognize that the Democratic Party is the better party here. And I do understand that the Democratic Party is in a good position for midterms at this
No, they're not.
current time. I mean,
Every single estimate says they're expected to lose everything.
Trump has a lot on his plate. He has this war going on. He has the tariffs. He has ICE. He has
Well, it's easy for Trump. It's easy. He's doing fine. Trump is
he's
chilling out.
done a lot in the past 2 years, and the American
Oh,
people
not for him. It's effortless for him.
the American people are not good with it.
Yes, they are. We
No,
are
they're
good
not.
with it. The economy's booming. Everyone has more money.
Even
Oh,
Fox
it-
News polls are saying that he's in the dirt when it comes to this economy.
Well, Fox News is owned by a Democrat, so I really don't care.
Who is CNN currently owned by?
By the same guy that owns Fox,
Exactly.
Democrat.
No, it's not a Democrat. It's didn't that freaking company
It's
just
a
by
Jewish
CNN?
Democrat. I don't know if they're sold yet, but the previous owner of CNN is a Jewish
Didn't
Democrat.
Trump's buddy just buy CNN?
I don't know. It's still playing bullshit on it, so it doesn't seem like anything changed. I don't know. I hope.
Did Trump's buddy by CNN?
One
'Cause I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't know.
because I just seen that not too long ago. That Warner Brothers got sold. Part of Warner Brothers got sold.
It's CNN.
It was a mass purchase that had a lot of different companies in it.
Yeah, Vanguard Group, BlackRock, and State Street Corporation. That's not recent. I know it was some.
Larry
company.
Ellison.
Yeah, Larry Ellison, that guy. He
Bye.
he owns CNN now, doesn't he?
He's a Democrat. He's a Jewish Democrat.
He is best buddies with Donald J. Trump. What are you talking about?
He's a Jewish Democrat.
Larry Ellison
Todd
has.
Epstein was his best buddy.
Huh?
Todd Epstein was.
Jeffrey Epstein was Trump's best buddy.
Why is it always changing?
Why is it
Wait a
always
second.
changing?
I'm not saying he's best friend, but he's very friendly with Donald J. Trump, and that's very
I'm
clear.
not going to go out on that tangent with you, but I do have to say this. You just said that.
Just
You
said
just
what?
said him and Larry Ellison was best buddies.
You just.
But I'm not going to go out there. I'm just joking.
You just said it.
Okay, yeah. Larry Ellison and Donald J. Trump have been publicly reported as acquaintances and business partners and political partners. Larry Ellison is co-founder of the Oracle Corporation. Yeah, and Oracle and Trump. Wait a second. Trump just
He's
handed
a
Oracle.
Jewish Democrat.
Trump just handed Oracle a government contract, did he not?
Okay, and if they're doing good works, they can do good works.
So the same person that owns CNN is Trump's not best friend, but is Trump's friend.
I thought Epstein. I thought Epstein was.
Release the Epstein files.
I mean, just acknowledge what I just said. The same person that owns CNN is
Not directly on his own. This is Larry Ellison, but his company essentially just did.
okay.
Just did. The details of the deal in April of 2026, Paramount Skydance, which is run by Larry Ellison's son, David Ellison, and heavily bankrolled by Larry Ellison himself, officially won the corporate bidding war to acquire Warner Brothers.
Yeah, because
discussed
Netflix was
the
about to buy
parent
them.
company of CNN. The vote on April 23rd, 2026, a majority of Warner Brothers Discovery shareholders voted to approve the $111 billion merger, including debt selling
That's
the
crazy.
business to Paramount for $31 a share after beating out a competitive bid from Netflix. The regulatory status. While U.S. antitrust statutory waiting periods have cleared without roadblocks, the massive merger is still undergoing final regulatory reviews and expectations to fully close by the third quarter of 2026. So, as of right now, technically, Larry Ellison is not running CNN.
Not yet, but all I'm
Not
sa-
yet. Not yet.
uh,
So
all
we
I'm
can't say that now. It's
but
just if things keep going the way they are, yes, he will be. But as of right now, no, he is not.
so will we be changing the dialogue around mainstream media going forward?
No, no.
I
This is a
mean,
Jewish Democrat.
you
We'll see
can't
if it gets better.
you
If it gets
can't. I
better,
mean,
maybe. I don't
you
know.
MAGA
I don't
folks
know. We'll see.
can't go around saying that, oh, the media is owned by the elites all of
It's,
a sudden, unless you
so you
consider
think
Trump's
CNN
friend.
was good?
You
You
unless you
think CNN was good?
No, I'm saying going forward, you guys won't be able to use that same
In the
excuse.
past. Do you think CNN was good in the past?
No, not
Okay,
particularly.
so why wouldn't you want to? Why wouldn't you want to rebrand or try something different?
A rebrand? I wouldn't support just another Fox News or another Newsmax.
Who said it's going to be another Fox News?
Hey,
It's
Django.
Democrat channel.
Hey, Django, toss out your channel. There's somebody wanting to sub your channel.
Real Talk Politics TV on YouTube, and you should be able to find me at Real Talk Politics on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. What else? TikTok. Yeah. I'm just getting started here, so please, y'all, bear with me. I'm still working on my dialogue skills, my speaking skills, and all that good stuff. So
Everyone go on his channel and comment low views on it. Say low views.
yeah,
Fucked up.
yeah.
I'm going to admit that's
I
fucked
mean,
up. Shame on you.
we all got to start at some point.
You want me to hit him, Django? You
Huh?
want me to hit him?
I'm just joking.
Oh no, you're
that-
good.
They do that to me all the time. I think it's funny as fuck. Okay, low views. Thanks.
Yeah, that's how Jovan got you. At least that's what he said on his stream that he's.
You know what?
mentioned
He's lying. He got lower views than my last debate.
it. He said that you were looking at the wrong stream.
You know what Milking the Mouse is?
No, I'm looking at all of his streams. Dude, streams in the last 3 months have 100,000 views.
Oh shoot, Renard Gaston, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it. But yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, you
bro.
got that promo for me. Go follow on freaking. Go follow on Twitch. Euro and Travel Twitch. Euro
You
and Travel
on
Twitch.
Twitch now? God, it's spreading.
I've been on
You're
Twitch.
spreading like COVID. But
I've been on Twitch. I need to get on TikTok.
no. But yeah, like I was saying, Trump is pretty much a dumbass.
Certified G and a player. And
Nah,
a genius businessman.
he's a dumbass. Well, I wanted to cover these latest statements with you. Are you aware that Donald Trump said that he didn't care about the financial situation of Americans?
I don't know anything about that.
I don't think it's exactly what he said. I think what he said was he does not take into account their financial situations when making a deal, which there's a lot to be said there. There's a lot left out because I do a lot of things without thinking about everything else that's going on because I'm concentrating on just whatever deal it is I'm working on.
But he's the president of the United States. He's responsible for this country.
Yeah, but he's still a man. He's still a man. Doesn't mean that he's supercomputer and can think of everything at one time.
My real question is why should the president get
will
those
you make a
funds, not
decision for your
everyone?
will you make a
financial
decision for your
situation?
household without thinking of the financial situation of your household?
It just all depends. I mean, I know that something's going to be better for my situation and I strive for it. But I mean, I'm not concentrating on the particulars about it.
If you knew that this decision would harm your household, wouldn't you prepare your household against that harm?
But I don't think that's the case with Trump. I do not believe he's sitting here making a decision based on, okay, this is going to harm. And I think, personally, I think that what he's doing, what he thinks he's doing is good. And that's what he's concentrating on. He's not concentrating on the specifics of what's going on.
But when you hear attack
It
plan,
would be
or
like,
wait a second, you're
it
telling
would be like maybe me.
So, are you familiar with the full context of what Trump said? Exactly what Trump said?
yes, I
repeated
just did a whole video on it. Yes, I seen the whole
And what did Trump
clip.
say exactly? What did he say?
The whole exactly. I can play it, but I can't say it verbatim. But he said something like, I don't care about I don't consider the financial situations of Americans. The only thing that I'm worried about is preventing Iran from getting a nuclear bomb.
They left something out.
Trump said, I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about one thing. We cannot have Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all. So you're taking something out of
Yes.
context completely. That's embarrassing.
Wait a
to take
second.
every single word out
So
of context.
wait a second. You just said it in context, and does that make it any better?
Actually, yeah, and I'll tell you why.
How?
We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all. Because you allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon, they've already been attacking us, whether directly or indirectly through proxies for 47 years, and now you're going to give them a nuclear weapon. You drop that nuclear weapon or detonate that nuclear weapon, it doesn't matter how much money you got. You're screwed. You're gone. You're erased. Your property's dust.
Do you honestly
So
think?
yeah, I can totally get that.
Do you honestly think Iran would be able to shoot a missile at America, a nuclear missile?
I mean, why not?
Do you think that Iran had that
I
capability?
do. I think it is absolutely possible. I think that something else that's even more possible is the possibility of, it says they don't move it by boat offshore somewhere. Who's to say they don't do that?
Because most boats are tracked, especially once you get into our
Yeah. You know
nautical
what?
space.
They can turn those trackers off, which in many cases they did in the Strait of Hormuz here recently.
But that's
People getting bombed by the
that's why we
Iranians.
have a Coast Guard.
So you can turn that stuff off. There's ways around anything.
That's why we have a Coast Guard.
Are you okay? So you're just good with just letting them have it and rely on the Coast Guard and just pass them up.
No,
You're passing
I'm
the
saying
buck.
there's been very few times where a nation state has attacked America on its own soil. And you're telling me that this Iran has the ability to do that. That's only happened a few times on American soil.
It's farmed for 47 years. A nuke. They've been chanting death to America for 47 years, and you're going to give them a nuke? Come on, man.
It's not giving them a nuke.
You're allowing them to have it. You might as well gift wrap it and take it to them. You might as well dig it out of the ground, gift wrap it up, put it in a nice pretty box,
who is
and hand it to them.
allowing Iran to have anything? Iran can barely. Iran, wait a
Really
second.
isn't allowed, and you should
Will-
thank him
will-
for that.
Will you acknowledge that Iran is barely able to hit a building in Jerusalem?
No, I will not.
They could easily, if it wasn't for the Iron Dome system, the strongest protection system for any nation in the world.
But
Also, UK.
but you think
military-
but you think they can shoot a missile to America, but they can barely hit any place in.
Yes, they
Israel?
can buy a ballistic rocket system from Russia or China. It's not hard. But Kendrick said he's working on a whole, not based on individual aspects. That would be insane. Not sure what you're talking about, to be honest, Kendrick.
And I don't feel comfortable rolling that roulette table on a nuclear warhead with Iran.
What are you talking? So
I don't feel comfortable taking that chance. That's the difference in you and me.
so
You
why
don't
why
see no issues.
so why did we
I
pull
do.
why did we pull out a nuclear deal? That
You know
kept
what?
Iran's
Let me tell you
uranium below a certain percentage.
Let me tell you something. Just because we pull out of the deal doesn't give them free reign to just go ahead and go on, because they didn't have
That was
any
the whole
interest in doing
point
it to
of the
begin
deal.
with, and they had it enriched to 60%
Do-
at the time of all
do
this
you
going on,
understand
which
that was the
never
point of the
make a
deal?
dirty bomb.
That was the point of the deal, to peaceably
They
prevent
shouldn't have had
Iran.
it to begin with.
They
shouldn't have
had
it to begin with,
uranium
and then
for
here's the Iranian
they had uranium for
Yeah, hey,
plants.
Tell me what deals Iran has honored.
The Iran nuclear deal.
They did not honor it.
Show me proof.
Show me proof they didn't. At 60%, at the time of pullout, they had 60%.
No, they didn't. Not at the time of pullout.
What did they have? You know what? They had more than they needed.
No, they didn't.
They were only supposed to use electrical
It
plants.
was third-party
Not
countries
enriching it for
checking on
weapons
things.
use. And let me tell you something else. They should have been spending their money on giving their people water instead of on their nuclear deals. Instead of on their nuclear
They
program,
have
which is what they
desalination
were
plants.
doing.
They have desalination plants. My whole thing is, if you were honestly
You know
interested,
why they have those desalination plants? And they ain't got that many of them. But I'm surprised they have them. But if they do have them, you know why they have them?
why?
Because Israel gave them to them.
Okay.
Israel is the leader in desalination plants.
Okay, that sounds like an assumption that you just came up with. But what I'm
That
saying,
is not an assumption. That is fact.
okay, I'm
That
not
is
I'm
fact.
not arguing desalination plants. All I'm saying is, if you are honestly interested in preventing Iran from getting a nuclear weapon without going to war,
Let me ask you something.
you wouldn't have pulled out of that deal.
I'm going to have to be really careful on how I say this, okay? So please
Okay.
read between the lines on this. If I was sitting here where I'm at, and week after week I'm saying, I'm going to go boom, boom on Django. I'm going to go boom, boom on Django. And you see me starting to come into around some pew-pews, and you have the opportunity to keep me away from a pew-pew, and I've been saying I'm going to go boom, boom on Django week after week after week. You've got the ability to keep me from getting a pew-pew. Are you going to keep me from getting a pew-pew, or are you going to let me get it?
If you live on the other side of the planet, I wouldn't be worried about you.
Let me tell you, I'm a truck driver.
If you lived
And
on the
you're
other
a
side of
hop, skip,
the,
and
you can't
are
drive a
hop,
truck
skip,
across the
and a
ocean,
jump
my
away
guy.
from me.
You
let me
can't
tell you
drive a
what,
truck
I
across
just
the
rode-
ocean.
I just rode 1,000 miles. Did I not just ride 1,000 miles in one day?
But
and you didn't think I could do it. I did. I just pulled it off.
you missed the
I rode
whole
1,000
point of the
miles in one
analogy that
day.
you just made.
And let me tell you what, that is a hop, skip, and I'm just saying that's a hop, skip, and a jump.
Iran is on the
So-
other side of the planet. How are they going to attack us?
It's all scaling. It's all scaling. Scale down. I'm one man.
Okay, but
I'm one
if
man.
there's a large
There's
distance
thousands
between
in
us,
Iran,
you-
it is scaling.
if there's a large distance between us, then you're a lot less of a threat to me.
What do you consider a large distance? I'm one man.
Having an
Mind you, I'm
ocean,
one
having
man.
an
I'm not a
ocean,
nation.
having an ocean between us.
That's a nation. I'm a man. So you would want even more from Iran. You would want, it's scaling. So you'd want even more distance from Iran, which is impossible because
No,
they're
I'm
practically
saying,
halfway around the
I'm
world
saying,
now
would,
as it is.
no, I'm saying, would you be able to shoot me from Cuba?
Yes.
You think that's the only way to use a nuke?
No,
Is by firing it in the air? Is
No.
that the only way?
no, it's not.
There you go.
But we have sensors. We have all types of things to
Tell me
detect.
about these sensors. What sensors do we have? Let's look this up. Tell
What?
me. Give me a sensor.
It's called.
Because this sounds like something you're making up.
It's called radar.
Oh, it's called radar. How does radar pick something up on the ground? Can radar pick things up on the ground?
Can
It
radar
doesn't matter if
can
it
radar
picks
pick
up or
things
not.
up on the ocean?
How did they attack?
Sonar can, not radar.
How did they attack before?
Okay, sonar.
Are you going to investigate for every ping you get with a sonar?
The Coast Guard does.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Can't.
Do you
No, they do
you
not.
understand
Tango. No, they do not.
what type of vessel is required to ship a nuclear weapon?
It doesn't matter if
It takes a
falls
hefty
into the
vessel,
water.
doesn't it?
if a nuke falls in the
How
water,
long is a nuclear warhead?
it's over. If it falls in the water, if it falls in the sky, if it goes off, it's over. You realize that?
Okay, they can be anywhere from 2 feet to over 12 feet long is the size of a nuke. A nuclear warhead. That is what is the part that explodes. So, 12, let's go with the long one, 12 feet.
Okay.
That will fit in the bed of my dump truck.
Okay. And do you know
That'll fit.
what? Wait a second.
That will fit
You
in any oil tanker going through the Strait of Hormuz.
and you know that in this country we have checks. As a truck driver, you know that you have checkpoints, right?
Sure do, but you know what?
Oh.
We also have a lot of things that get through too.
Yes, we do. We do. There's cartels that
We
find
get
ways
drugs
around
that
them.
get peddled through the trucking system.
yeah.
We get illegals that get moved through the trucking
Yeah.
system, and we'll just throw in the sex trade as well. There's a lot of things that gets moved that doesn't get brought up by those checks.
So-
and you are comfortable
so
about allowing Iran to have a nuke, then give them the chance. That's a horrible plan, Django. You're not going to live long.
No, I'm saying I'm asking you two guys. I'm asking two guys that claim to have common sense to use common sense. All I'm asking you guys is that if you were a country that only was barely able to make a nuclear warhead and you had one shot, you're gonna send it to America.
Who said they only have one shot? Let's see something here.
If you fail at sending a nuclear weapon to America, that's one shot because you don't get any more.
Without anyone yelling or anyone saying anything racist or any profanity or
because
slurs.
you understand, if America finds that you're trying to send a nuclear weapon or sneak a nuclear weapon onto its shores, what happens after that?
What we did to Iran, basically.
So we go to war anyway.
We would invade with troops on the ground instantly, probably.
Exactly.
But in other news, without saying anything racist or any slurs or any, try to keep the language PG here. We should free the Son of the Builder. Can we all come to an agreement? Son of the Builder should be freed.
Oh, it's slurs being said in the chat. That's probably from your crew.
Nah, there's no slurs in my chat.
Huh?
There's no slurs in my chat. That's on your Twitch, brother. That's on your Twitch. That's literally your Twitch right there.
I'm on Twitch right now. Am I?
That's your Twitch chat. That's not coming from my chat. I see all my chat. But have you heard of Chud the Builder?
Yes, I have.
Do you think that he makes a point, even though what he says might be racist? Do you think he
No.
makes a point?
No, he should stay in jail.
But the black man attacked him first. You don't get to attack someone because they use a slur.
We'll see when
Okay.
he has his court hearing. But from what I understand, that's not exactly what
Iran.
happened.
Well, if that's what happened, then would you agree that he should be freed? Because from what I'm hearing, I got to check out more of the footage. But as far as I can say, he told that guy that he was chimping out, and the guy attacked him.
Iran had enough material for anywhere between 4 and 10 warheads. So
When?
that is 4 to 10 chances.
When?
And
I thought.
before the bombings of this campaign, I expressly
yeah,
threw that in there as well.
Okay, I understand that. But they didn't have any bomb grade material during.
Yes, they did.
No, during.
60% is enough for a dirty
Wait a second,
bomb.
you're not letting me finish. Iran did not have any bomb grade material during the Iran nuclear deal or immediately after. They only they only started enriching up to weapon
bring
grade.
that one up.
They only
We need to hear
started
about
they
that.
only started enriching up to weapon grade level once America pulled out of the deal.
Even one of their own scientists came out and said it was what they were
In
working on.
2006,
No, we already did. We already did this.
They're trying to build a nuclear warhead.
And what year was this?
This was
2006.
And
2006, yeah.
what
Yeah,
year?
20 years ago.
But when was the Iran nuclear deal actually in place?
It doesn't matter. They were
Yes, it
still trying to
does.
build a nuke.
No,
That's proof. They've been trying
the
to build a
point.
nuke.
What was the point of the Iran nuclear
They
deal?
told us they would
What
build
was
a
the
nuke when
point
they
of the
invaded
Iran
nuclear.
nuclear deal? Name, give me the point of the Iran nuclear deal. It's the point of it was to prevent the construction of a bomb, and that's exactly what it did. There's no proof saying otherwise.
Actually, there was. They have a former scientist.
That's
admitting
That's
to it.
before the fact. That's before the deal even was signed.
So they're in violation before they even started the deal.
No, they were.
The United States of
they
America
agreed.
said that they were building nuclear material. I don't care about an agreement.
You don't get the
Who
point of the
cares about
deal.
an agreement? Regardless of an agreement,
Multiple
you don't build a
multiple
nuke.
countries came
You don't
together
build a
with
nuke.
Iran and agreed with Iran to keep their uranium levels at a low level, and Iran
We
abided
don't
by
need
that.
an agreement with Iran. You want to know why we don't
It
have an agreement
worked.
with Iran?
It worked.
What?
It worked.
No, it did not work.
Show me proof it didn't.
Ango, do you realize there's already international law that a country cannot build a nuke without being in the nuclear accords, the nuclear agreements?
That
Do you realize that, right?
that depends on what country signs on to that. Did Iran sign on to that?
No, No, they did not. So they're not
Okay.
allowed to build a nuclear weapon.
No, they didn't sign on to that, so that's not a part of their agreement.
International law.
That
They didn't out the law. They were already breaking international law when their nuclear Iranian scientists admitted that he was building
guess who
nuclear
else brought
weapons.
that international law? Israel.
I don't care.
Oh, you don't care about Israel breaking that.
Weapons of mass destruction.
Do you
Blow
understand
up America.
Israel also has a nuclear weapon?
Okay, they're our ally. I don't care.
So you really don't care about nuclear weapons. You just care about who has it.
Do you realize that they also use the Samson protocols? Do you know what the Samson protocols are?
Remind me. I remember hearing about that, but I forgot.
Yes, the Samson protocols. It's a mutually assured destruction, just like the story of Samson when he pushed the pillars out from underneath him, causing the building to collapse down on top of everybody. That when they use that, it will wipe out Israel and everyone around them. And if you think about it, when they use those on if they use those on people that is around them, they're screwed anyways.
Who else has a nuclear?
They are not far enough away from their enemies to even be safe to use those.
Who else has a nuclear bomb in the Middle East besides Israel?
I don't know.
So there's
Pakistan. Yeah.
It's not about nuclear weapons. It's about nuclear aggression. Do you not fucking understand that?
So
Free Chud the Builder. Free Chud.
why are you saying free Chud the Builder? He is. I thought.
He
Wait
needs
a
to be
second.
freed.
Didn't
He
you?
got attacked.
Didn't
for
you
using
say
the
on one
word.
stream a few weeks ago that he was like a weird guy that you didn't agree with or some shit?
I don't know if I ever said that about
Yes,
Chud.
yes, I remember you saying that on the stream specifically.
Opinions can
That
change.
you acted like
Opinions can
you acted
change.
like you didn't know him about a month ago. Then I asked you
I
about him
didn't know
again.
about a month ago. I found out about it 5 months ago.
Yeah, he should be in jail. But outside of that, we shouldn't be in this
For
war.
what? For a black man attacking him?
We're gonna see what the
Just because
detail.
you think because a white man says the N word that you should be able to
We're
attack him
gonna
legally?
look at the details of the case because I think it's very interesting that the judge set his bond that high, and I think that's for a reason also. But we're gonna take a look at the details.
Because he is a famous quote unquote racist streamer. Quote unquote.
I think there's a few details that's gonna come out in this court case, but I'm gonna be patient with that before I say anything.
Like that.
We don't have enough information. I can't respect that.
Yeah.
Bro, black people shouldn't attack people because of a word. Bingo!
Nobody should attack. Let's throw the black out of it. Okay, nobody should attack anybody over a word.
True. I can't agree with that. But
Words are just words. I understand more words are triggering than others.
I mean, as an advocate of common sense, if you go around calling people the B word, you can't imagine that you're probably gonna catch your hand to the face at some point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, free speech is truly not always free.
Well, it's
But
free in the
people
government
pay that
sense.
price on both ends.
Yeah. I mean, it's free, but not free from consequences. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But same thing with Chud the Builder. Everybody knows he's been going around antagonizing people in tech, and the recent news about him getting plugged up by that black lady is interesting also. But I guess you haven't heard about that.
I don't know if that's real or not. I don't know if I believe that.
I mean, he was on stream. He was on stream and saying that he knew her. So
yeah, maybe they did know each other. But do I think that she was a trans or man or that did stuff to him that plugged him up? No.
I mean, with Nick Fuentes and Chud the Builder, it's not looking too good.
I mean, Nick Fuentes is definitely gay.
It's not looking too good for the far right.
Nick Fuentes, by the way, says that Chud the Builder is too racist and he took it too far.
I know. Well, that's crazy coming from Nick Fuentes, but
he said calling a black man that in person is just going too far. But he said he thinks it's okay to say that kind of shit all day, every day online.
I bet. It's happening more often nowadays, also, which is crazy. There's
Yeah,
like
because y'all normalized it.
ain't nobody normalized anything. It's this
Y'all
it's
walking
this
around saying a word that you
it's
don't want us to
it's
say.
this online
You call
culture.
each other it. You even call the white boys that word. And then you
I ain't
complain when
called
we
no
say
white
it.
boy. I called one of your friends a mayonnaise citizen.
Okay, well,
Oh,
that,
that's messed up.
that was black.
I'm,
That you,
I'm just saying, like that's
I don't think Tom is even here to defend himself, so that's pretty stuff.
I got a couple in the chamber, but
I mean, someone let Tom know.
yeah, but yeah, that's
I mean,
that's
someone let
all I'm
Tom
saying.
know.
I mean, Chud the Builder, he deserves to be in jail. He's probably having fun in jail, based on what I heard from him, heard about
No, wait a
him.
minute. What has he done? I'm just. What has he done to deserve jail?
What has he done to deserve jail?
Yes.
Brandishing a firearm without any.
You can't brandish a firearm in an open carry state that doesn't exist.
You said what?
You can't brandish a firearm when you open carry state
So
unless you're pointing it at them directly. And even then,
grabbing your firearm is not brandishing.
no, because you're in an open carry state. Tennessee's open carry, so grabbing your firearm is not a.
I just
is
know
not.
I'm just working off what I've seen from him in other streams. I know that he tends to brandish his weapon, especially when he feels verbally
Is
threatened.
that not open carry in Tennessee, or is that?
But
It is open carry in Tennessee.
I get that, but I'm just saying what I've seen from him. And I don't know the details of this case or exactly what happened. I've seen a very grainy video
But you
of
said
it.
he deserves to be in jail, so I want to know why
But
be in jail.
Because he's racist.
because he
Because
was
automatically
well,
you're
just
racist
me
for-
personally, and if you're asking for my opinion, because he was asking for it.
So if you're asking for it, you deserve to go to jail.
If you
Because some people would say Drewski's been asking for it, but he's not in jail.
he is Drewski intentionally putting himself in dangerous situations.
I think he's covered some dangerous subjects.
Yes, but that's different.
I
Like
think
if,
when a black man
like
dresses up as a white man in
It-
public,
it-
he's putting himself in a dangerous situation.
like if my if I want to create content about wrestling gators, and I'm not a professional gator wrestler, and I'm out here wrestling gators for content. I'm asking to get bit by a gator. You get what I'm saying? It may not be my fault or anything like that, but I'm asking for
So
it.
you're trying to say, are you trying to animalize a specific group of people right now, saying they have too much of an animalistic instinct and
No,
they can't
I'm
control
saying
themselves because of a word?
if you constantly put yourself in the same situation, you can't expect it to end up the same way every time. People are not a monolith. And
But we also just agreed that it's not right to attack somebody based on a word they said.
yes, it's not right. I get that, but I also, in my opinion, thinks he
Well,
deserves
if
to
it
be
ain't
in
right,
jail.
why does he deserve jail?
Because that's just my opinion. I think because he runs around for content antagonizing other people, and you can't deny that he antagonizes people on purpose. He does that for content, making money off of it. He's asking for some shit to go down. Like
Yes,
there are several conservative content creators that said the same thing. Like it's not going to end well with this guy. They've said that.
Wait. What makes him a conservative content creator? I've never seen him sponsor any political person.
Seen who sponsor?
Chud the Builder. What makes him a conservative?
No, I've seen other conservative content creators comment on his content, and they've said publicly.
And so do
that,
liberals. It's mostly black people commenting on this.
But all I'm saying is this is not like a left or right thing. Even people on the right are saying about Chud the Builder that this is not going to end well for him before he even got shot.
Well, it probably isn't going to end well for him. That's a logical thing to say. But double tap that like button.
That's why,
subscribe,
and that's why I say he
and drop
deserves
some
it
super chats,
because
some questions,
it was
comments.
millions of people telling this guy that hey, this is not going to end well for you. So if he keeps doing it, I don't feel sorry for him.
You deserve jail.
I don't feel sorry for him.
So if someone calls you a name, it's okay to attack them.
No.
Double tap that like button, guys. Subscribe, drop some super chats.
Oh shoot!
We got 300 people
Thank
in
you
here.
for the $1 donation. I did not see what that said, but appreciate it. I got. How do you see like when somebody donates money? What the message is?
Are you on Twitch or are you on YouTube?
I'm on Streamlabs, so I don't know.
On Streamlabs, there should be a messages thing. If it doesn't say any message on the blue super chat, then it will. I guess it won't tell you.
Yeah,
Then there's no.
I'll find it. But whoever donated that dollar, appreciate it, y'all. That's my first dollar. I'm gonna save that. Put it on my wall.
Hell yeah.
But yeah. As far as like this whole political situation with Chud the Builder, I don't even think it's about politics. It's about like what's decent for society, and he's not one. He's one of those people that is proof of the degradation that TikTok has put on American society. And
you don't think black culture is a better example of that? Because I
public
do.
streaming, like people going into freaking grocery stores and just streaming other people just doing crazy stuff. Like, hey, if one of them if one of them people if one of them people get slapped up, I'm not gonna feel sorry for him at all. I understand that's freedom of speech. That's whatever you feel like it is. But
Right.
if you're going
But then he
around,
defends himself. But then he defends himself. How do you feel?
if he defends himself against
Yeah.
against what?
Well, I'm here to tell you right now. If you slap me, I'm going to break your nose.
Okay,
I'm just,
that's
you know,
that's
and that's the way it usually works. You know, somebody slaps, somebody throws a punch, and it escalates. It's always an escalation. You know, so
that's proportional force. Yes.
He was fucking calling me.
Like, okay, what if somebody were to push you? Would you shoot them? Or
no, I would not. I would not go straight to shooting them if I got. Well, it depends. It depends on where I was at, whether I was in fear for my life. If I was in a dead end alleyway and somebody pushed me, and you know, let's just say I would be more apprehensive about being pushed in a tight alleyway, and I would probably be more prone to doing exactly what you're saying right there.
Yeah, that's understandable. It's limited visibility.
But if I was out in the open in a grocery store, no, I wouldn't. Especially if there was a bunch of people around, I wouldn't be as apprehensive.
What about broad daylight in front of a courthouse?
To be honest with you, I would have walked away from that situation. I can say that I would have walked away from that situation if I had a firearm on me. Yeah. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Chad dropped a $5 super chat. He said he got arrested for publicity so people don't riot.
That's not the case. The person he shot has not passed away, has he?
No, I think he did. Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah, he was in critical condition, but I don't think he's passed away. That's
what
from my understanding.
Hey, someone left a $2 super chat. This one's for you, Django. They're talking specifically about your beautiful black face. They said, "Keep talking, OG. I'm almost finished, big boy." Thank you for that $2 super chat.
Wait, it says keep talking. What?
Keep talking, OG. I'm almost finished, big boy.
What does that even mean? What y'all
He
got?
says, "Keep talking, OG. I'm almost finished, big boy."
Like, what do y'all have going on over there in y'all stream? Like, y'all are some real deviants over there, ain't y'all?
That's a Democrat right there. That's not actual.
Don't try to blame it on no Democrat. That's your following over there that watches you.
Oh no, that weirdo you saw last night was Democrat.
I bet. I bet. But
yeah, Macho Cheese, Macho Nacho. Oh yeah.
All I'm saying is, at some point, y'all gonna have to get off this Trump train. And what's the next train y'all gonna hop on? Rubio?
Well, but that's your opinion. My opinion is at some point you're gonna have to hop on it.
Oh no. Trump.
I think he will when he realizes there's so many poverty laws who just sends money to the Ku Klux Klan without telling the FBI or anybody. It's great.
There's no proof of that. And have you seen how that court case?
No proof that's wrong.
Have you been following that court case so far? Have you been following that court case? Yeah, I suggest you follow it because there's gonna be some good things coming out this week.
I don't think any hearings or anything started yet.
Yeah, there's gonna be some good things coming out this week and the next week.
It's pretty simple. After the Floyd situation, they're going to be more vigilant to the situation. If anything is going to have a Rittenhouse outcome. That's what the guy said that was saying that they arrested Judge for publicity.
Oh, they arrested him because he shot a guy in front of a courthouse at that.
They said they didn't want it to have the same outcome as the Rittenhouse situation. So they just went ahead and arrested him.
Rittenhouse, nobody rioted over Rittenhouse.
What are you talking about?
Rittenhouse.
Yeah, they did over Rittenhouse.
No, they rioted over George Floyd. Rittenhouse just happened to be there. Well, it wasn't even a riot. Let me rephrase that. It was just a protest.
No, it was a fucking riot when they were burning shit down.
I'm just hearing you guys' terminology and repeating that shit.
Let me rephrase that and make black people look better than they actually are. Kanye West for president, according to this $2 super chat.
I don't think so.
You don't want to see Kanye as the first real black president?
Kanye would
He
never.
could represent for the dark skin out there.
Kanye West is too mentally unstable to be president.
And so is Joe Biden.
Joe Biden did more than Trump has.
No, he didn't. Inflation was way higher. We've already been over this.
Outside of executive orders,
We already been over this.
Essentially, Portland, Oregon rioted over the verdict of Rittenhouse.
Portland,
So you're wrong
Oregon.
again.
Yep. A crowd of, let's see, on the night of the verdict was announced, a crowd of about 200 demonstrators gathered downtown. What happened? Some individuals began breaking windows, throwing objects, including water bottles, batteries, and urine, which the urine would piss me off more than anything, at police deputies, and damaging doors and city facilities.
Chad
It was a riot.
Chad dropped another $5 super chat. He said, read my chat correctly. After George Floyd, they rioted. They don't want that to happen again. He will be acquitted like Rittenhouse. Chud the Builder will be acquitted like Rittenhouse, like Kyle Rittenhouse. God bless Chud the Builder.
Why are y'all so? Why do y'all have such a hard on to see black people riot?
I don't.
I don't. That's actually quite the opposite. I don't want y'all to riot.
It's like y'all.
You call it protesting, and that pisses me off.
It's like it's a bunch of conservatives ready for the next race war. It's a bunch of conservatives ready for the next BLM riot.
People like you are pushing race wars. People like you are pushing race wars, honestly.
That's not the case.
Yes, it is. All you talk about is victim mentality, reparations, and black versus white.
How Donald Trump is the biggest victim of all time.
See, here we go. Donald Trump can't even answer a single question or topic. Donald Trump.
When have you ever seen that
Trump
man apologize for anything?
Why does he need to apologize? Because you're the victim again? Here we go.
When has he ever acknowledged that he made a mistake?
Mistake does he need to apologize for? And why does this matter?
What kind of Christian says what kind of Christian man says that he's never had to repent?
He didn't say that.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Class response. They are preventing the riots by arresting him. You can't seem to be happy about any outcome. Yeah, he's not happy. He plays victim mentality.
They're preventing. Wait a second. They're preventing the riots by arresting him?
Yeah. Classic response. They are preventing the riots by arresting him. You can't seem to be happy about any outcome.
Didn't the cop that shot, the cop that was over George Floyd, wasn't he arrested? But people still protested, right?
And he did the right thing. Double tap that like button. Let's get to 100 likes.
It doesn't matter about the arrest. It's about
did the right thing. He was not a racist.
It's about the mode of the. It's not about the arrest. It's about the mode of dismissal. If you harm a person a certain way, especially in front of a camera, it's going to make a lot of people somewhat angry, especially if they feel
What
like
is?
the George Floyd situation, where a guy had his hand in his pockets with simply a knee on his back, just sitting there looking at the camera crazy. Millions of people watch that. Millions of people millions of people watched a grown man expire right in front of them.
Chad said girlfriend died from an overdose. Big guy. Sorry to hear that, Chad.
Personally, I've honestly never seen anybody be choked by the back of the neck, and I have begged Graham to demonstrate this on a live one night, but he won't do it. I'm totally willing to get down on the ground and let him put a knee on the back of my neck.
I'm sorry, but you're not a medical professional that was at that court hearing.
Well, yeah, but he can choke me. I mean, criminals do it all the time. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't
did he have the angle of the knee on your neck?
Well, which would you prefer? I'm totally down for this right now.
I mean, y'all can if y'all want to. I'm not really wanting to see two
You're just
grown
gonna
men
say
on the
it's
floor.
fake and it's bullshit. You're just gonna say it's fake
No,
and it's bullshit.
I'm just.
Floyd died from fentanyl.
I'm just saying, unless it's on concrete with your handcuffs behind your back with a knee.
It's fucking dickhead.
Does he have to have hand? Do I have to have hand? Do you want me to have handcuffs on?
No,
I'm good.
Y'all can record it and just put it out there for everybody to see.
I'm just saying I have lived a rough lifestyle, and I've never seen anybody choked by the back of the neck.
Well,
and I've seen some fucked up shit.
How many
Django.
times have you seen somebody sit on somebody's neck for minutes?
Multiple times, too many times to count on one
I mean,
hand.
with their knee
I can tell you the
on their
difference.
spine.
I can also tell you the difference in being punched in the back, like the back of the neck, versus being punched in the throat, and it's a huge difference.
But if a whole man's body weight is on the back of your spine while your face is down on concrete, does that hinder breathing at all?
Shouldn't.
You said it's based on what
it's
expertise?
I would imagine that if it was to collapse your trachea, it would have to break your spine first to do so. Your spine protects that side of your body. Everybody, your spine actually does serve as protection.
Yes, but you understand compression, right?
Can you compress? I mean, compress a rock. Can you compress wood? I don't think his neck
with
got
enough
broke.
pressure. Yeah, but
Did his neck get broke? Did George Floyd?
Half equals Floyd.
I don't think so,
autopsy
no.
showed he had fentanyl. The autopsy showed he had fentanyl. He loved.
But
fentanyl.
he didn't. There's no medical professional out there saying that he passed away from an overdose.
Yes, there is.
No.
There is actually a toxicology report that shows that he had enough fent in him to anywhere from 4 times to I think 6, 7, or 8 times the amount for a overdose.
Okay, so does Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen had enough cocaine in his system to.
This is what Charlie Sheen says.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying is that
This is what Charlie Sheen says. That's all I'm saying.
no. He actually went to a
hospital.
hospital.
This is his word saying, "Oh, I did so much freaking
No,
drugs."
he actually went to a hospital for an overdose, and that's what they told him.
Okay, you don't always die when you're 7 times over the overdose limit. We know that, but most people die at that point. Chad said it doesn't. It doesn't. It's a proper department protocol. Many people have done tests to prove it isn't a lethal maneuver. He died from overdose, little bro.
That's
That's
not what the court said. It's like nobody here read anything from the court.
Doctors.
Yes, there were doctors in the court providing their opinions. That's why they came to court.
Well, I've heard other opinions, and I mean,
Did those
last
opinions
I
come
checked,
from anybody that
I'm gonna
examined the
show you
body?
stuff. Check this out.
Oh, he's
Check it
choking
out.
me.
Can you breathe?
No.
Can you
No.
breathe?
No.
Now here, hold on.
No, don't you do it.
But that's different when you have your whole body on the ground and a whole person's body weight is pointed on your neck.
I think I still breathe, or I can still breathe.
But
We need to find out if it violates YouTube's terms of services if I let you put it back. It does.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
Someone said Floyd being talked about before the more recent and more violent Charlie Kirk murder, and the Dems don't want to talk about Charlie. They made his name disappear.
Made his name disappear.
I don't think they did make his name
I
disappear.
was about to say Erica Kurt still running around, ain't she?
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
Candace Owens doing a number on her, ain't she?
Candace Owens has just like a lot of black women in the black community. She's severely deranged.
Well, she's growing and following more and more.
Oh, she ain't fucking growing.
It seems like the right is.
Ben Shapiro is growing and following.
I mean, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and I think one other person are all like gathering all the new following and on the right side of the.
Maybe
space.
Tucker Carlson, but definitely not Candace Owens. I don't know a single conservative that likes Candace Owens.
What's that conspiracy guy?
Except one black guy, and I don't even know if he likes Candace.
What's that conspiracy guy? The infographics of
Alex Jones, Infowars.
Yeah, Infowars. What's his name?
Alex Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can't do that too.
Alex Jones, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson have all spoken out against Trump over the past few weeks.
Okay, they've been doing that for months now, basically since the entire term. What's your point?
Do you understand why they're doing so?
For publicity and because they run a show?
I think it would be a lot more safer if they chose to align themselves with Trump, wouldn't it?
No, it's a lot more safer and a lot more viral if they just hate on Trump and eat a bag of Democrat cocks and do what the Democrats want them to do.
Okay, I was checking something. The one common denominator in all these people speaking out against Trump and falling off the wagon and going to Looney Tuneville is that Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, and I think maybe even Megyn Kelly. But the one common denominator is every one of them had a interview with Nick Fuentes before it happened.
All of them?
Yes, all of them. The one that I was questioning was Alex Jones, and I just checked that. And Jones had an interview with Nick Fuentes. But after that is when they all went weird.
Okay, so Nick Fuentes is turning MAGA into American First?
I wouldn't say that. Now that is really a stretch. That's
what it sounds. That's what it sounds like. I mean, it sounds like
He's
Nick Fuentes is the big bad MAGA boogeyman.
Deporting every black person back to Africa is America first?
No,
because I'm pretty sure Nick Fuentes believes that, and we do not.
No.
Okay, then you can't say that.
Hey, by the way, Thomas Jefferson believed that as well. Thomas Jefferson said every single black man that's related to a slave should be deported within the next year because they're not going to get citizenship. But then the 14th Amendment came out after him, and they gave the slave citizenship.
Are you mad about that?
Thomas Jefferson and our presidents originally wanted. They predicted black culture in the future. They said these people do not culturally align with us in a lot of different ways, and they're going to be a detriment to America, and he wanted them out. He wanted to send them all back. Do you believe
black people are a detriment to America?
Black culture is. I wouldn't say black people. Black people themselves.
What is black culture in your opinion?
Well, I'm not just talking about all black culture. I'll just say negative black culture. Hip hop culture. I can just give that as a clear example.
Hip hop culture.
Yeah, that makes a lot of young black men go pick up firearms.
What about rock culture?
Rock culture was started by a black man.
But who is rock culture about right now?
Well, there's plenty of black rock stars that are still out there.
Oh my God.
Who created jazz? Who created hip hop? Who created
So you will admit that black culture is pretty much the entire music industry?
No, I think there's adult cultures. I don't.
Well, if it wasn't for the white Jewish
black person's a gang banging hood rat. I believe that there are some good black folk out there, just like there's good and bad white folk out there. But I think that the culture he's talking about would be the inner city gang banging, doesn't have no self-respect, wearing their pants down to their ankles, listening to police,
How
not
many?
in their best
How,
interest
how many?
music,
How many black people do you
having
got?
multiple
Okay, how
baby
many?
mamas,
I get the idea.
stuff like that. That
I,
is not healthy
I
culture.
get the idea. How many black people do you actually know that participate in that culture?
Too many to count.
Depends on no. I mean,
You, so you know gangbangers.
Yes, almost. The majority of black people are
So you know some. So
participating
you know
in
some gangbangers.
illegal activities.
You know some
Yeah.
gangbangers. What's it?
Yeah,
actually,
I'm not gonna throw out set. I don't want to put myself in any
Oh,
association with
okay. So
anybody.
majority of the black
I don't
people,
want to be targeted.
majority of the black people
I'm
that
not
you know,
involved with their.
majority of the black people that you know participate in this culture.
I can tell you in Knoxville,
They
I'll
participate
give myself. I'll
in
give
illegal
myself up. I don't care.
activities.
I'll give myself up. I'll give myself up right now. Walter P. in Knoxville, Tennessee's filled with them.
Okay, that's fine.
Bro will say police target black people, but then can't admit that
You
the
can
courts
take-
can be biased to lol. Give me a break, bro. Yeah, seriously. You won't admit that the courts will be biased, but you're going to say police target black men. That's a problem I've always had with you.
I
What's
won't
this other
admit
one
that the
say?
courts can't be biased.
Yeah, you won't admit that, like the Donald Trump and other political
No, I
people.
I
When
can
was the last-
I can admit that the courts are being biased, but not for the reasons that you're explaining.
Oh, okay. When was the last time you heard news on Charlie? If he was black, you would have saw violent protests. They want Charlie forgotten.
What?
They want Charlie.
That's
that's a super chat.
that's up to y'all to remember Charlie Kirk. I have no reason to remember
Why
Charlie
you
Kirk.
better remember Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, that's up to y'all. That's not
So here's
a part
here's
of
a question
mine.
for you, Gandalf.
Oh shit!
So the opinions of the experts used in court cases not good enough for Gandalf, but random trust make me an internet is a choice. Make it make sense. Well, we do have literally the autopsy here. We can pull it up in a couple seconds. Should we pull up the autopsy?
Not
Or-
to mention, I believe that courts can choose whoever they want to listen to, and they're probably, in most cases, especially if it's a prosecutor, they're gonna pick people that is going to align with their narrative, what they want done.
Bro is trying his hardest to deflect the conversation. He is not the problem. His people are. Simple as that. That's what his super chat says, by the way.
Yeah, that's your following.
Well,
That's crazy.
I mean, do you not believe
Wait a
there's
second.
such thing as inner city problems? You don't think inner city problems are real?
Prime example. Do you think I participate?
Let's get to 100
wait,
Mike.
wait. Do you think I participate in that black culture that you just explained?
No, but I believe you would defend it.
Defend
Bent Floyd would be a prime example.
George Floyd?
George Floyd, yes.
No, I defend his right to seeing a
Brave.
courthouse. I defend his right
Well,
of.
he got in the court. He should have stayed in the cop car instead of.
He saw the courthouse when he pointed a gun at a pregnant woman. Can we get to 100 likes, guys? Can we get to 100 likes? He saw a courthouse, Django, when he pointed a firearm at a pregnant woman.
That was a previous crime, and you can't punish a
Yes, that
Wait a
was a
second.
previous
You
crime.
you
He
can't
was a
you can't
criminal.
currently
Track
punish a
record.
person for a previous
That
crime.
established track record.
Yes, but you can punish someone for repeatedly breaking the law and doing heinous, violent crimes. You can
That's
punish
up
the
to a
worst
judge, not
criminal.
that's up to a judge, not a police officer.
Okay, it was up to George Floyd not to take offense before a cop tried to pin him down. If he would have stayed in the back of that car, he would still be alive. Maybe he would have overdosed in the back of that car, but likely. But
But that was I don't know if I can say that on here. But what I understand is that George Floyd would have been alive if that knee wasn't on his neck. That's what every medical
You don't know that.
That's what every
You do not know that.
medical
That
examiners.
is your opinion.
That's not
is
an
your
opinion.
opinion.
That is a medical examiner's conclusion.
Yeah, well, there's also a toxicology report that says otherwise. Also, there's a lot of people that if we was, it's a horrible thing, but let's say we was betting on deaths. Would you bet that a person, and we'll go with the low number, that was 4 times over the limit for an overdose is going to make it or not make it? Would you make the bet that he is going to make it?
If he's an experienced
would.
user, I probably would.
What about 8 times
What?
over the legal limit? I mean, not over the legal limit, but over the OD limit. If you had enough in your system to OD 8 times, would you then make the same bet?
Yes, because I have medical examiners actually looking at the body.
No, we're not talking about the body. We're talking about if somebody is laying on the ground, nobody would need to him, and he's got enough drugs in him to OD 8 times over, and we're going to throw money out on it. Are you going to bet that he's going to survive that naturally, or are you going to bet that his chances he's going to pass away?
How many times has he done it? I would need to know how many times has he done it.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Personally, I think he was fixing to get in trouble and he swallowed his stash.
By the way, if you defend
that didn't show up in the autopsy.
Why aren't you defending Chud's
That's
right
what I'm
to
saying. You guys are coming up with all these assumptions, but you didn't look at the autopsy. You didn't see any of the conclusions from the medical examiners. You didn't even pay attention to the court case itself. But you have so many opinions about this matter. You understand this? You guys act like you. Wait a second. You guys act like you care about this.
But you want to ignore the toxicology report.
You guys act like you care about this, but haven't looked into any of it.
Listen, if you're going to defend his right to a courthouse, if you're going to defend George Floyd's right to a courthouse, why aren't you defending Chud the Builder's right to a courthouse?
Because he was just in the courthouse the other day.
Well, it's because...
Oh, so was George Floyd! Because George Floyd is a courageous criminal.
Chud the Builder wasn't high on fentanyl.
No, it's because Chud the Builder actually got to see a day in court.
And not for this crime. He got a bail hearing, if that's what you're talking about.
And he's going to see his day in court, unless he breaks out of jail.
He is going to break out of jail. We're going to bail him out. Everyone in chat, I want you to go over to Chud the Builder's GoFundMe, and I want everyone out there to fund
Don't do that over here. Ain't none of that promotion
Please
stuff
get
over
Chud
here.
the Builder out of jail. I've heard he raised enough money to get out of jail. We're bailing
ain't none of that going on around here.
We're bailing Chud out, and we're going to go over to Tennessee, and we're going to shoot a video with him.
No, ain't nothing going. Thank you for the subscription,
We're going to go to Washington, and we're going to shoot a video with Chud. What do you think about that?
No. He's not. I mean, you can try if you want.
Chud the Builder gets out of prison. You should go over to Nashville and film a video with him.
I'll flip a coin. Yes, you got a coin handy?
No.
The fact that
I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10.
The fact that you guys will admit that this guy's wrong for doing what he's doing, going around antagonizing people, but at the same breath are willing to make content with this guy.
Okay. But it doesn't justify what other people are doing either.
What do you mean? What did other people do to him? Besides the last guy.
Why did he shoot the person?
Besides the last guy, what did other people do to him?
Why did he shoot the victim?
To be real, I don't know why he shot him.
Okay, fair enough. Let's find out. Why did Chud the Builder?
Go ahead.
Courthouse.
Because they tried to attack him.
I think it's.
We got him.
I think all the details are sealed into his court case because I kind of been looking around myself, but I haven't found anything verified.
I'm telling you, the guy. Here's what happened. I'll tell you the story. So the guy came up to him. He said, "Don't say that. Don't talk about chimps or anything like that." And then he said, "Don't talk about that. Don't say the N-word. Don't say any of that." And then Chud did, and the dude attacked Chud, and then Chud pulled out his weapon.
That's from a camera perspective. I think from his live that didn't really show much. I think since this happened in front of a courthouse, there should be plenty of proofs to see exactly what happened and why.
Well, we're gonna find out. I haven't seen that video.
Yes, we are going to find out. We are going to find out in this court case. And the way it's looking, the judge with pretty much raising his bail that high, it's not looking good for him.
They done that to every single white man. They did that to George Zimmerman. They did that to Kyle Rittenhouse. They did that to every single conservative white figure that was deemed quote unquote racist.
Is George Zimmerman white?
Y'all black people getting murders, doing murders, and $100 million bail.
Huh?
Us white people, we do one self-defense case,
They
and
so
it's
sad.
racist, and we have to pay $1.2 million for a bail. That seems it's definitely not racist against white people.
Do you understand the difference between these two things?
No, the black people that murder people, they're murdering them. They ain't doing attempted murder.
Ooh, here is a interesting. This is an interesting
Get us to 100 likes. Go ahead.
twist to the Chud the Builder. Okay, now I'm like you, Django. I don't know a whole lot about this situation, but evidently there was an exchange of gunfire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it wasn't just Chud. The guy's name is Etherly. It was an exchange. During the chaotic exchange of gunfire, Etherly also accidentally shot himself in the arm. He was treated at a local hospital before being booked into the Montgomery
Yeah.
County Jail.
I didn't know about that either.
Yeah, Chud shot himself. So they both
The
shot
black
themselves.
people.
Wait a minute. Okay, who's Etherly? Is Etherly Chud?
No, Chud's name is Dalton. I don't know if his last name is Ethan.
I think they both shot themselves, if I'm not mistaken.
Boy, oh, they both need to. They both, if they were smart, they would probably stay away from the pew-pews.
I mean, it's a very messy situation. That's why I'm waiting until the actual details come out. It looks like the man is going to live. So, yeah, I'm just waiting for the details to come out. And I'm hoping that he rots in jail. Personally, just my opinion.
It's definitely a political situation.
What?
Well, someone asked me, they said, so let me get this straight, Euro. You're going to take this one case where Rittenhouse was a political statement and Chud is not a political statement that increased both bonds? Of course it's a political
Evidently, Etherly drew a firearm first also. Now, who is Etherly? You know what? Is Etherly Chud the Builder? I don't think he is, but that's... Yeah.
Dalton. That's his name.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
So evidently,
They
Dalton.
were fighting for Chud's gun. Okay. So they both shot each other, apparently.
Yeah. That's not a good look. I'm just saying, just looking from the outside, he doesn't look to be in a good position. But I digress. I hope, you guys get an opportunity to do content with him, whatever y'all want to do. But I am questioning you guys' morals at this point.
I don't know if I would really do content with him. If he starts saying the N-word, obviously I can't stream that to YouTube. So that was more or less a joke. But I would stream with him if he could do it without saying racist shit.
If it's a professional type setting.
If it was professional type of setting.
Well, you know how he makes his money. Unless you're willing
If
to
he
make,
points a camera at a black person and they at him, he's not doing anything illegal. He's just recording people on the street.
Yeah, it's just how he makes his money. Would you be willing to do the same?
Pointing a camera at a black person's face to make money? Absolutely.
No, I mean, you know what he does. Would you be willing to do the same?
Once they act like that, they're kind of asking for it. When they start acting like
okay, but you seem to be a fan, so are you willing to do the same? Like I always tell white people everywhere, ain't nothing stopping you. What I always tell white people everywhere, ain't nothing stopping y'all from going right outside and ain't nothing stopping y'all from going right outside and saying the N-word to a black man, besides cowardice.
Well, I've done it multiple times before, but never
I would
racist.
say that I'm not a coward. I wouldn't do it just because. I wouldn't do it just to be doing it. Someone would have to provoke me to actually get that to come out of me, and even then, it would be rough. It is not cowardice. I ain't afraid of shit.
No, I'm just saying to the white people that complain about not being able to say the N-word, nothing's stopping you. You know that, right?
That's why.
The only thing that's stopping white people that complain about not being able to say the N-word is cowardice.
Nice people.
Cowardice.
That's the N-word. Nice people is the N word.
Because I see more and more white people complaining about not being able to say this word. Oh, we should be able to say the word. Nothing's stopping you. Nothing's stopping you.
I'll be first say that I complain about this, the double standard. Okay, now if you're gonna sit here and use the word that bothers you so bad because it comes out of another race's mouth, that's on you. If you're sitting there saying it over and over, and then you get mad because I use it, there's a problem there. Honestly, because a lot of black folk have issue with that word. I really wish that you all consensusly together would take the moment to decide to bury that word deep in the ground and never use it again, and it would make it way easier on everyone to never use that word again.
Well, you want me to tell you how that's a fallacy? Let me explain. Women, well, I don't know how familiar Euro is with women. I know the older gentleman, he seems to be more experienced with women. I don't know what your sexuality
I know
is.
about that. I think I'm more experienced than both of you. I may or may not be married.
What we understand, what we understand, especially the younger women, they say the B word to each other, especially as friends. But if a random male that they didn't know, walked up to them and started calling them the B word, it would be a problem, wouldn't it?
No, we don't call each other bitches. We do not. Excuse me.
No, I'm talking. Unless you guys are women, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about women.
I don't feel no different toward them. If they don't like the word, they shouldn't be using it. If they don't like a man to use the word, they shouldn't be using it themselves. At that point, they ain't allowed to get upset about.
But do you understand why a person walking up to them and using that word outside of their own social circle would be a problem?
Yes, I can. If you come up to someone and you say, "You piece of shit, N-word, you're nothing but trash," yes, that's racist.
I mean, some white guys call each other POS all the time.
But
if a random guy out of nowhere calls you the POS outside of your friend that you know might be kidding, you might look at him crazy like, you got a problem?
Oh, there's going to be more than that, even if you are my friend.
But that's why I'm saying that's a fallacy, saying that, oh, just because black people have a problem with it, you shouldn't have a problem with me saying it. It's the same logic with several different words in the English language.
Okay, I ain't going to use any of those words if y'all agree to use those words. But Chad dropped a $5 super chat. He says, the violent culture is stopping them. You say it doesn't exist, but you know it'll happen if someone does? Whoa.
Wait, repeat that?
He says the violent culture is stopping them. You say it doesn't exist, but you know it will happen if someone does.
That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what violent culture he's talking about.
He's talking about the black culture. I'll just spell it for you.
White people are way more violent. It has a history of way more violence.
That's not what the crime statistics show.
White people has a history of way more violence. Governmental history, institutionalized history.
Show.
You guys used to
That's
eat.
not what the crime statistics
You guys used
show.
to eat slaves.
That was very rare. Black people used to be slave owners too, and also
you guys used to feed. You guys used to feed babies to gators.
Okay, and black people used to do child sacrifice in Africa. They still do it to this day, actually.
You guys used to.
Black people still do child sacrifice to this day. They do it in Africa.
We are in America. You gotta jump to Africa.
We moved on. Y'all did it. You understand?
We live in America. You had to jump to America.
Why don't you improve Africa?
We're not talking about Africa. You see how you have to jump to Africa when we're in America.
Some places, huh? In some countries.
You see how far you have to jump just to get away from your own.
Yeah, because you said we were eating children. We moved on. We moved on. We might have done some. Some people might have done some.
What proof that you guys actually moved on?
When was the last time a white man eating a slave?
Or feeding a baby to a gator? When's the last time you've heard of that?
I'm not sure.
Exactly. So that's the proof.
I would say not even in our great grandparents'
but
lifetime.
If we look at the entire history between the dynamics of these two races, white race and black race, who would you consider more violent? If you look at the entirety of the history,
black, definitely, because you got the Muslims.
I'm talking about in America.
You wouldn't have had the Crusades if it wasn't for over 600 years.
White wasn't wait a second. White wasn't a thing back then. We're talking about in America under the construct of our racial sociological
You just said
thing
between white and black people
in this country.
who is historically more violent.
White wasn't a
I
thing
just
back
gave
in the
you
Roman days.
almost 1,000 years.
Do you
of
understand?
example.
White wasn't a thing back in those days.
Yes, it is. White has
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Do
There's
you
been
think?
black and
Do you
there's
think the
white.
Roman Empire was purely white?
Not sure. It was mostly white. Like
No,
every white
it
empire was
wasn't.
mostly white. Yes, it was.
You are quite mistaken.
They had a large amount of slaves.
You
but the
don't
ruling
you
class
guys
told
don't
them
even know
black
about your own history.
How many black Romans were there?
Plenty.
I don't know. I'm being plenty.
Then why isn't there any politics to black Romans? Because I've been to Rome before. I didn't see any black Romans when I went there. They didn't teach me anything about black Romans.
Because you unless you go back in time, you're not going to see any.
Because they don't exist.
Do you know how big the Roman Empire was?
Yeah, it stretched across multiple countries today. If you don't see any black water fountains, that means we moved on.
Oh my
Give me-
freaking god! All I'm saying, if you look at the two races in the history of this country
But you
between
guys
white
would
and black
probably
people,
like black water fountains, wouldn't you? You guys would like if you had your own designated area, wouldn't you?
In a sense, there was actually black Romans, but it had to do with conquest.
no, there were actually black high-ranking Romans.
In Rome.
There were actually black high-ranking Romans.
Yes, but they're not from Italy.
Matter of fact,
How did they get there?
Look up the race of Hannibal.
Hannibal Lecter, another black.
No, not
Hero?
Hannibal Lecter. Oh my god, do you know anything about your own history?
I'm just joking. I know he's not black. Holy frig, chill out.
Okay, well, evidently, this is what I'm getting. The race and physical appearance of Hannibal Barca, the legendary Carthaginian general who marched elephants over the Alps, is a subject of frequent and modern debate. But the historical and scientific consensus is clear. Hannibal was not a black sub-Saharan African, nor was he fair-skinned Northern European. He was a Mediterranean North African.
So he was not black, but nice try.
But he was not white either. That's the whole
Fair
point.
enough.
That's what I'm telling you. Like, Rome was not white, my guy.
Rome was white, yes.
Oh no, it wasn't.
The people that lived there were white.
Okay.
The slave
Well,
class,
Mediterranean North African.
yes, Mediterranean. Do you understand the entirety of the Mediterranean? It's several different shades.
That's not Rome.
FBI statistics shows white commit 24. Yeah, you're looking at the pure amount of crimes, okay, brother? They're 13% of the population, but they commit 56% of all the violent crimes. So
That's
thanks
a
for
lie.
pointing that out, Django. He
That-
just pointed out in the statistics. He said whites commit 243,000 violent crimes. Blacks commit 109,000. Thanks for pointing out that 13%
What about
of the
all
population
crimes?
does 55%
What about
of
all
violent
crimes?
crimes. There's more white people in the country, therefore there's more crimes for white people to commit.
Oh,
You guys are 13% of the population.
it's a little bit different from all crimes, right?
According to the data from the Bureau of Justice Statistics and the FBI Uniform Crime Report, approximately 88 to 89% of all black firearm homicide victims are killed by an offender of the same race.
Yeah, same thing for white people.
90% of the black shootings of y'all doing gun violence.
Wait a
you're
second.
killed by your own
Do you
brother.
understand?
Killed by your own brother.
Wait a second. Do you understand? Most white murders are also by other white people.
Nope, only 79% of them. That's substantially lower.
That's most.
That's substantially lower. So the white man is more
Wait a
likely to
second,
get
what-
killed by a someone outside of his own race, and the black man is almost 100% going to get unallowed by his own people. That's sad. That is honestly sad.
What do you mean? It's proximity. Do you understand proximity?
89%.
You have no understanding of
versus
proximity.
79%.
Do you know crime is a passion
And
of?
also,
Wait a second. Do
how
you
many-
understand crime is all about proximity? Like, do you understand this concept?
So y'all are right next to each other because you live in the hood, because you choose to live in the hood, because y'all don't want to get a real career going. You rather sell drugs.
Same
have baby
thing.
mamas,
Same thing
do
for white
drugs.
people. Like, if a white people gets eliminated, it's most likely a white person. Wait a second. Do
Yes.
we? Do we?
Substantially higher for black
Wait
on
a
black.
second.
It's substantially higher for black
This
on black.
this should be a
Black on black crime
this should
is
be
a very large
this. Wait a
percentage of
second.
those
This should
crimes.
be a common sense statement right here.
yeah,
Wait.
Actually, I'm trying to find out how many actual. Okay, 79% versus 89%, but we need to find out how many of those gun crimes occur.
I
Because
think
it could be 10. It could be only 10 white on white crimes, and eight of the people are killing 8 white people. So we need to find out how many of these. Let's see.
Lord-
Based on the most recent complete annual crime data releases, roughly 5,500 to 6,000 white people are killed by white offenders with guns each year. Okay, so we'll go with 6,000.
Lord Nero, I already read your super chat. I don't know why I'm having to read them like 3 times. Is it a delay or what is it? FBI statistics show white commit 243,000 violent crimes. Blacks commit 109,000 violent crimes last year. This is your FBI statistics. Black people are 13% of the population and commit 58% of the crimes. Thank you once again, Lord Nairuku, for proving my point. Per capita is mentioned when you can't look yourself in the mirror and accept history. What are you talking about? The Pope is
Okay,
real.
here we go. Now check
Okay.
that one out.
Wait a second. The
6,000.
that 50%. That
There's
50,
6,000 white-on-white homicides by a firearm a year versus 11,500 black-on-black murders a year by firearm. So y'all are almost double the death rate of killing y'all.
And there's more
So-
of us.
And
And there's
hold on.
we have 10 times the population, yet you have 11,500 black-on-black homicides by firearms a year versus white people. We have 6,000. Do you not understand that the statistical data is not pointing in your favor?
So wait a
The best
second.
thing you can do is to
What
encourage clean up your communities.
what race is overrepresented in total crime? Just crime, period.
What do you mean
we're
overrepresented?
talking about gun crime right now. We're talking about gun death.
Okay, and I'll give you that. But what I'm saying is white Americans count for majority of total arrests overall because they are the largest population group. True, they are particularly a large share of property crimes.
That doesn't sound like violent crime. I thought we was talking about crime.
Oh,
Do
no,
you,
it wasn't
wait a
talking
second.
about how the white man commits crime for money.
Do you consider theft a violent crime?
No, I do not consider
Do-
theft
do-
a violent crime.
Do you consider burglary?
Do I
Burglary.
consider it a bad crime? Yes, of course.
Well, white people has a larger share of theft, burglary, and frauds. A way larger
It's not
share.
per capita is what you mentioned when the reflection is the
White
mirror is too hard to
white
acknowledge.
Americans.
What I'm talking
Wait a
about,
second. White
Lord.
Americans make up a disproportionately high share of overdose deaths, especially related to fentanyl.
Yes, white people use more drugs than
Is
you
that
guys.
violent?
Especially
I don't care about
especially related to
nonviolent crime.
fentanyl.
Yes,
White
I'll admit it. White people do
White-
more
white-
drugs,
white-
they get arrested more for drugs,
y'all-
but black people
y'all
are mostly going
no
to
y'all
jail.
y'all are overrepresented. White Americans have often accounted for 60 to 75% of overdose deaths. Y'all are crackheads.
Yeah, I agree to that, and y'all are murderers. So what's your
Actually, I
point?
think that they are meth heads, and then you've got in the black folk are the
Sir-
crackheads.
Surveys
Crack
consistently
is a
show
black
that
drug. Crack is a black drug. Crack is a black drug. This guy dropped a $5 super chat. He said, I want to go to the Hannibal hasn't a Roman. He was a Carthaginian and a Phoenician by ethnicity. He wasn't pure black. He lost to Rome in the Second
I
Pongonic War.
never said he was
He
black.
fought against war and he lost. Until you remove the fact that they put Hispanics and Asians from those numbers. Yeah, good point, Tom.
Ooh, that is a good point. I remember that now.
What happened? I didn't hear that.
In white on white crime or the white crime, the overall white crime you're talking about, they put Hispanics and Asians
Yeah.
in the Caucasian bracket. So it's not truly just Caucasian. It's got two other races in there with us.
Yeah. Oh, now
That's not fair either. That's not fair either.
Oh wow. Okay.
I
Whatever.
would consider it a wash if they. That's gonna sound. I'm not even gonna say it. That's gonna sound bad.
But get the likes up there, subscribe, double tap the like button.
You
Let's get
can't
the
start diluting what's white in America anymore. Like that's not what you guys should be doing.
So Mexicans are white.
If it's a white person born in Mexico, yes.
No.
Yeah.
Are Latinos white?
If it's a white person born in a Latin country, yes.
Oh my gosh. What about an Asian person? Are they white? Is Asians white?
Do Asians
You
consider
tried to
themselves
say
white?
Hannibal was Roman.
Wait a second.
Hannibal was not Roman.
Are Asians?
Hannibal was not Roman.
Hannibal
So
was
are
not
Asians
Roman.
white?
No, he
Are
attacked
Asians white?
the Romans. Huh?
So are Asians white? Are they Caucasian?
No.
Asians Caucasian.
No.
They're looped in with Caucasians in crime.
How are they looped in? Caucasian is significantly different from
In
Asian.
the statistics, they are grouped in. It's not just Caucasian. They group in
Is this
Asians as well as Mexicans into Caucasian bracket for overall crime statistics. Whereas it's only blacks that are grouped in with blacks for crime statistics.
Whites are about 62% of the population and do about 62% of the crime, mostly not violent. Blacks are 13% of the population and commit as much violent crimes as white do with non-violent crimes. Yeah, that's true.
I've heard that statistic before as well.
Gandalf has traveled to Mexico before, but if you ask me if Mexicans are white, I'm probably going to tell you no.
I'm not listening to that mess y'all spewing because
I'm
at
probably gonna say
the end of the day, y'all love these crime statistics and y'all don't really care
Is
about
George Lopez a white guy?
George Lopez. No. Does he call
Okay,
himself white?
That would be to me. That would be an average
But
South
is he calling himself white?
I didn't say he was calling himself white, but for the sake of national statistics, they are grouping George Lopez in with us.
They're not grouping all the Mexicans in with white people.
Yes, they are.
In crime statistics. In crime.
Yes, they are.
In crime
Oh,
stats.
yes, they are.
So they're
Yes, sir, they
So
are.
they're grouping white people and Mexicans in the same crime
And
stats.
Asians. And Asians.
So it's everybody else and black people.
More or less.
Why?
I can't answer why. I'm just telling you how it is.
No, that's not the case. You can't tell me that Mexicans, Asians, every other race is grouped in under the Caucasian stat line of the FBI.
Okay. You've almost got it. Okay, you're almost there. Caucasians, Mexicans, and Asians are all grouped in together as Caucasians.
That's not the case. Let me pull this
Actually, it is.
up. Where are you getting this from?
I'm lying. I'm dying, Django. I'm telling you.
Where are you getting this from?
This is something I've personally known for a long time. Tom actually added it in here. Django, you can't keep up with me, bro. I'm epic. That is Tom telling you
Our
that.
Mexicans group.
Hey. He can't.
Tell Tom to come up in here. He always scared. He talking. Time.
If he calls us on Discord, can he be added?
Okay, it says right here, FBI typically separates white, black, African Indian, Asian, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, and unknown. So they have these different categories. Then they have Hispanics, including Mexicans. Because it's an ethnicity, people of Mexican origin are usually counted in separate Hispanic, Latino ethnicity field, placed in a racial category. Like
jails don't have
black.
a slot for Mexican. Jails don't have a slot for Mexican.
Okay, but they claim themselves as Hispanic.
I'm just telling you what Tom told you.
So there is a different section for Hispanics. There's a different section for whites. There's a different section for Asians. There's a different section for Hawaiians and Pacific Islanders in the FBI crime stats.
I've never seen a section for Hawaiian Islanders.
Well, they're
He's
there.
Time says he's not scared. You want to up to his.
So that's not right. The white stat that you just seen was not included. Did not include different races.
Do you just want to add him in the call?
Yeah, I mean, you can call or you can add them in the Discord or
Time, do you
whatever.
want us to add you or no? I don't think you want
Yeah.
to say anything.
Tom, you want to come on for a minute? You want to come on for a minute, Tom?
Probably gonna wrap this up in the next 30. But yeah, the FBI
Well, we'll
stats,
see.
the
Call
FBI
in and
stats
start
separates that
wrapping
shit.
it up.
Good
That,
evening, Burnell. Good
that
evening.
did not sound right to me.
What didn't sound right?
Them grouping, considering Asians and everybody else white and black, just no.
They add them up as white, then later they add them up as
Because
Hispanic and Asian.
the FBI still has to keep track of Native American, American Indian stats, because in those reservations there are like some crazy stuff going on sometimes in those reservations, and I know they track those things,
Time, call in. Do you want to call in, Time, or no?
especially up there in Alaska. Like it's like all types of disappearances and stuff happening up there, and I know the FBI tracks those.
Mostly white people up there.
There's also a lot of Native Americans up that way. Native, Alaskan tribes.
Here you got 5 that requested.
But yeah, it seems.
I don't think Time wants to talk to you.
It seems like if you're white in this country, you're more likely to do drugs. Specifically,
Yeah, if you're
fentanyl.
black in this country, it seems like you're more likely to unalive someone, perhaps.
What are you going to do about it?
Carry my firearm with me, and if someone tries me, I'll go out like Chud the Builder.
I mean, do you guys actually care about improving crime or improving the conditions of America, or are you just
They
loving
have to
these
improve
stats?
their own conditions. It ain't my job to improve their conditions. They got to get off their lazy ass and improve their own conditions.
So, if a politician such as Trump comes in promising to solve crime,
When did he say he's going to solve?
the president of law and order,
We have the lowest murder rate since 1902. Congratulations.
I'm not sure
So,
if that.
yeah,
I wait a
is-
second. I'm not even sure if that's a fact. I mean,
It is a fact.
you got. I would have to double check that because that's not something I've heard
It's the
either.
lowest gun crime since 1926.
Oh, so now it's the lowest gun crime.
I think it's the lowest crime in general, actually. Let me see. Data indicates that the U.S. homicide rate dropped to its lowest since 1900, representing a potential 125-year low. Thank you, Donald J. Trump, for being a fantastic president. The president of law
Wait a
and
second.
order.
Repeat that one more time.
Repeat it one more time, you say?
Yeah.
Data indicates that the U.S. homicide rate in 2025 dropped to its lowest level since 1900, representing a potential 125-year low, according to reports by the Council on Criminal Justice. This followed by a historical one-year decline in murders, which dropped over 20%. That's the highest in history, by the way. So
Okay. So what does that mean for those stats that you just
That-
read off?
that means Trump is the president of law and order.
If you say so, but what does that mean for anything going forward?
I don't know. You said he's not the president of law and order, so I wanted to prove my point. I mean, I think the point's proven. I don't think you disagree with any of those stats.
He's not really solving crime. Crime is still.
Yes, he did. Why did crime drop? Why did homicide drop 20%?
You're looking
minute
at
that Trump got in office.
you're
No,
looking
no,
at
no,
one
stop
piece of the
pivoting.
overall
Stop
crime.
pivoting. Yes, homicide, the
Look-
most important piece of crime.
Have you looked at the overall crime? It's since Trump's been in office.
I can look at it, but I don't care about the other crimes. The only crime I care about is homicides.
When did Trump get back in
But
office?
here, I'm going to add time in here, and I have to hang up the call and redial. So if I hang up and redial, you will add me and time into the call.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Try. Hopefully it works. Oh shit. Let's see what's going on here. Why the? No, that's not right. People represented instead. Pull this up. The heck?
Are we back?
Yeah. Okay.
It wasn't letting me in at first.
Oh shoot. There we go.
All right.
Back in business. All right. You have something to say to me, Time?
On the statistics, you're only partially correct. So what they do is initially when they bring the people in and they do the initial numbers, everybody who's Asian, everybody who's Hispanic, and there's actually a couple of other races mixed in that. Basically, anybody who isn't downright black, they will add into it, and then there's a separate section where they separate.
Django, we can't see us on
Oh
screen.
shoot, my bad.
Separate white at all. So if it says white, it's all the races. So when they do the total number, say the number is 5,400, right? It stays at 5,400 with all the Mexicans and Asians and other groups added into it. Then you go farther to the FBI statistics. That's where they separate Hispanic, Asian, but they never separate what white is from them. That's why you get these numbers. So me and Don's and I can't remember who else, we went through and we actually figured out the numbers. And our crime rate, our violent crime rate's really, really low. And then when we do commit crimes, they are the paper crimes. They are the scams and stupid shit like that. Don't get me wrong, crime's a crime. But we're talking about violent crime per person. Now, the 1355 thing that a lot of people bring up is actually true, too. A lot of people go, oh, but there's only a 60% conviction rate. And I was like, yeah, but that's not when the crime is reported with color. The crime is reported with color at the incident. So if I'm mugged and they ask me, did you get to see the race of the person, the color of the person, and I say black, that's where that statistic comes from. So it's still 1355, 13% of the population with 55%
But some of that crime could be committed by the same person if that person got away, right?
Yeah, but that's still a percentage. That's still saying.
But
and
if multiple people are saying they seen the same black guy, or is that guy counted multiple times, or is he counted one time?
The crimes are for one crime, you get one number.
No, I'm asking you, if one black guy goes and commits the crime, runs away and commits a crime somewhere else, and somebody else calls, are those two reported crimes on two black guys?
Yeah, it's two separate crimes.
So that could multiply the number, right?
Yes, that's going to multiply the number. That's two separate crimes. I don't think probably only about 2% of your guys' population.
But that would throw off the per capita number, would it not? I mean, we're doing math.
It's still 13%.
If we're going off reports and matching that up to the population, what if one guy is reported multiple times?
Why are black Americans so homeless? More of them are unhoused than any other group of Americans. Apparently, white people are drug addicts, but black people statistically are the number one group of homelessness in America.
Well, we got to go back.
That's besides the point.
In federal and local crime statistics, Hispanic origin is often classified as an ethnicity, not a race.
Yeah.
Historically, and in many current databases, a vast majority of Hispanic individuals are racially categorized as white by arresting agencies.
Yeah, wait a second.
They're categorized as Hispanic white.
No, they're categorized as white. You can ask AI, you can ask Google, you can ask.
That's not how FBI stats work.
So here's what happens.
Yes, it is. This is directly from the Bureau of Statistics. A vast majority of Hispanic
Bureau of Justice.
Bureau of Justice. Sorry, a vast majority of Hispanic individuals are racially categorized as white by arresting agencies. Bureau of Justice statistics.
Yeah. So when you go to jail,
White
here's
Hispanic.
what happens. You go to jail itself. It's
All
not
right.
just Hispanics, but Hispanics the main one because they commit the vast majority of crimes in that group when you break down the numbers. Um, and a lot of the violent crimes that you see for white people, like there is a pretty high uh, grape number, and then you break it down and realize the vast majority of that's actually the Hispanic group that's doing that. Unfortunately, I think that's just one of the worst crimes, to tell you the truth. But it's so most police stations, when you go to jail, they don't have a classification for certain
Yeah.
things. One of those,
Wait a second. I see
and
it right here. It says a large portion of people of Mexican descent are recorded as white plus Hispanic because white in the U.S. data based on broad racial classification, not nationality or the ethnicity. Many Mexican American
It's
arrests.
not white plus Hispanic. No, it's not. They're categorized as white. I read the same thing as you. You added something in it to fit your
No,
narrative. What a bunch of
I
horse
didn't write
fuck.
anything in it. It says many
Yes,
Mexican
you did.
American arrestees are statistically counted under white for race and while also being tagged as Hispanic for ethnicity.
No.
and when you go through the FBI statistic, it'll put them all under white for race. That's what the total number is, and then the breakdown is separate. That's what we were talking about. If you keep going across the scale, then you'll see where it says Hispanic, Asian, and some other one. I can't remember what the other one is. That's what we're saying. So the first part, when they do race, that's the total number. That's why, and they don't separate white for that. White apparently is only one ethnicity to them, which is shocking, being that if you're Irish, you're completely different than a Slavic person. They're not the same.
Yes,
That was
non-Hispanic. Yeah, not white equals non-Hispanic white Americans only.
on on the scale. It'll show up as white,
Yes.
and then later on for ethnicity, they put down Hispanic. That's why you see the two separate. So if you see there's 5,000 total crimes for white, right? You look at that, and that's the total crime for everything they consider under white, which is Hispanic and Asian and a few others. Then you go further under their chart, because it goes further to the right, you'll see where they break down Hispanic, Asian, and others. The Hispanic number might be 3,200. Well, guess what? They're supposed to minus that from the 5,000, leaving you with what, 1,800, which would be white. That's if you don't count Asian stuff. We're just trying to make it as simple as possible here. Basic math. So they break it down into two different categories: race and ethnicity, like you were just saying. Now,
But
under the police, there's a lot of police. What they're trying to say is a lot of the police stations, and Gigi can attest to this because she used to work in a jailhouse. They don't actually even have a section for Hispanic on the breakdown when they put them in. It's you got white and black, and that's pretty much it. There's a couple others, but the two majorities that we're talking about here would be white and
yeah,
black,
wait a
obviously.
second. I'm looking at the FBI table right now. I'm at the FBI.gov
Yeah,
website, right? And it has white under the total. It says
yeah, that's
for
total,
wait
total.
a total arrest 4,729,290, but it also has separate over here Hispanic or Latino 1 million
Yeah,
one
when
hundred.
you go further over, it'll have Hispanic and Latino. You see how the chart is? It comes out. It
Yes, I,
goes to
I I see that, but it
left, right.
clearly has white separate. It's not in the same line. It's not in the same thing or
And
anything
it's
like that.
the same chart. You're not looking at the same chart.
I'm looking
Let
at the FBI.gov website.
me see if I can find the. It should go. It should scroll from left to right,
Yes,
and on the very left is the total. As you
yes,
scroll to the right, you'll see it says Hispanic and some other stuff, right?
yes.
That is the amount that you would have to minus from the total white, because the total white isn't just white. At first, that confused the hell out of me too.
No,
Don didn't explain it a little bit better than me.
that's if you're looking at the percent distribution. True, but I'm talking about
No,
just
I'm looking at the total number.
the
I'm looking at a total number. There's
the
one with a total crime number, which white people in general, we do commit. If you want to add everything into it, we do commit the majority of crime. We're also the vast majority of population. But our crime is right around our population, where it's just not the same for the black community, unfortunately, because a few black people that are bad decided, they're going to ruin it for everybody else, right?
Well, it's
Yeah.
multiple. It's multiple things that ties into that. I don't think you guys are ready for that conversation, but it's multiple things that ties into these things. On top of that, I'm looking at these raw numbers, and it has a different section for white, different section for Hispanic or Latino. Now, I give you that the percentage distribution on this chart doesn't have a separate section for Hispanic or Latino, but it does have different sections for Hispanic or Latino and non-Hispanic or Latino when it comes to raw numbers.
Are we supposed to
Oh,
respond?
matter of fact, it does have a percent distribution for Hispanic or Latino, because Hispanic
Which
or
chart are you looking at?
the
The
murder,
FBI chart that
yeah,
I've
the
seen.
the robbery rate for Hispanic or Latino is 23.7%. I'm seeing that. So yes, they do have Hispanic and Latino separated out specifically from whites.
You got to look at the whole number one. It's not separate.
Yes, it is for percentage and
No,
whole numbers.
the whole number, like I said, when you go scroll from left
Let
to
me
right,
let me drop this in here.
line that's where you'll find Hispanic and stuff.
Oh.
No,
They don't separate it from the one. They separate it.
yeah, let me drop this in this chat real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna admit it. Isn't the way to do it. Like it took me. No joke. it took
Maybe
me a
y'all
minute.
maybe y'all can look at the same thing I'm looking at, because if you actually drag this thing over, like he said, you can see the different sections for Hispanic and Latino and not Hispanic and Latino under percent and total arrests. Am I making this up?
Oh, arrest. What is arrest? Arrest is the bad indicator because arrest just means you caught the guy. That's
Yeah, true, but that's the same thing with the black statistic also.
Yeah, no, I that's why I said there's a 60% conviction rate only, but when you look at the big picture, does it show it in here? Okay, let me see if I can see it. Oh, this is a big one. So when you look at where it says total and then it goes murder and then you look under race, you see white. Now there and you go to the left.
Yeah, go all the way to the left. I mean, go all the way to the right.
Look, I get it where you're starting to look at percentage. 60,
Well, past that, keep going to the right.
No, I see what you're talking. I know what you're talking about. I've seen this one too.
Okay, so it has a raw number for Hispanic and Latinos and not Hispanic and Latinos and percentages. You see that there?
That's the number, but you got to take that number off the total white because that changes the actual percentage of distribution.
That would be not Hispanic or Latino.
So where
Right?
it says 69.4% white, and it's not that. You don't see in there where it says Hispanic at all, do you?
Where it says where?
Under percentage of distribution, the very first one,
Yes.
it goes total for 100%. It says white 69, black 26, American Indian and Native 2.4, Asian, and then Hawaiian and Pacific Islander. You don't see Hispanic in there because they
Yeah,
added it.
look more to the right.
That's a different percentage.
No, look
If you
over
keep
to
going
the right.
Yes, to the right it goes by ethnicity, different than race.
But that's a you understand that they have to have some type of indicator to separate these numbers out. It's not like they just lumped them all in once they got arrested, like you said. They have to find some way to find out that these people are Hispanic, not Hispanic, Latino, right?
Okay, here, let me see if I can explain to you this way. If I get arrested, they're gonna probably chalk me down as white. I'm Hispanic, really, but they'll chalk me down as white for my race. And then ethnicity pops up, and they'll have to chalk me down probably as Hispanic.
Yes.
So white and Hispanic. Now that's what's going to separate it. Under the white category, I'm still going to show the total percentage to be part of that 69% versus the percentage of ethnicity, which changes. You have to minus their percentage for Hispanic from the white total because they added the white total in rate. not in ethnicity, in race. When they put it in race, it's Hispanics and some others. The other ones I just say and some others because they're not a very big contributor, to tell you the truth. Asians aren't known to be doing a lot of crime. It's pretty much the white Hispanics. And this is not to say that white people do not commit crime. We definitely commit crime. It doesn't tend to be the violent type outside of, I guess the closest thing you can say is burglary, but that's not really violent. Burglary is not all.
The R word is very high on you guys' radar. The grape, what's
Yeah,
70% arson? Lord.
Is
Yeah.
murder? Oh, no,
If you
guys.
add into it, that drags us up to be higher
DUIs.
than the black people. But no, just higher than the black people.
White people are in the 80th percentile when it comes to DUIs.
Now that's a good one. You go to grape. It shows white at about 11.5, right? And then it shows black people at 44. That 11.5
It shows black people at 14%. It shows white people at 81. Oh, you're
going by the truth.
You're going at the
Per capita, still not going to be genuine to your 13% population. That's not what I'm really worried about here either. So
Wait, what you say?
You saying something here? Oh,
I mean,
I'm doing like three things at the same time. So
black people are about what 15% of the population. So when it comes to DUIs, to DUIs, we're 14%. But white people is 81.5%.
No, we're 62% of the population.
But you are overrepresented when it comes to DUIs.
Oh, I'm not going to say DUIs, but as much as I'd rather charge them as attempted murderers because you know you're going to drive. So to me, it's premeditated. But as much as I'd like to do that, they don't consider it a violent crime. And we were talking violent crimes. To me, talk about violent crimes, the one category that I think we still lead in when we minus the Hispanics from the group is still grape. I don't think we do so well there.
Mm-mm.
I mean, what's crazy is even with the total number, let me see here, murder and I can't even read what the hell this is, non-negligent, there we go, non-negligent manslaughter. You guys beat us by like about 400 a year, 400 more of those types of murders a year with such a small population. Now, I'm going to grant you that a vast majority of that's probably like drive-by and gang-related shootings, but it's still the black community.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing you do got to know if this is true, and it's because we live next to each other, your crime rate is going to generally be against your own people. That number of 86% that people like to bring up, it's 86% of black people hurt black people, 86% of white people hurt white people, so forth.
Yeah. That's just a false flag that a lot of people like to bring up, but that's just with any race. Like majority of one race is gonna be more like, and that's the same thing with like when you're a detective trying to figure out a crime that was committed in that way, you look for the people that is closest to the victim. You most likely things like that happen because of the person that you know or that you know your own, person.
Normality.
Why do black people kill each other so much?
Why do white people kill each other so much?
They don't. Black people do way more.
If I'm a white person, I'm more likely to get killed by another white person.
Yeah, that's
You're
true.
not. If you're a black person, you're more likely to get killed.
Time, please correct this guy because we just went over the statistics.
He's right in that sense. 86% of all white murders will be from somebody who's white. So that's because we live in the same neighborhoods. That's why.
96% of all black
people get pulled over. Like that's because you only live around black people.
A white man is more likely to get murdered than a black man to get murdered.
Because you guys have a higher population. You guys are everywhere in this country.
That should make it higher. That should make white and white crime higher.
No, you guys are more likely to be killed by
percentage-wise, black on black crime would be higher technically in the sense of there's just less. Now the 86% still there.
That's a thing too. Lower numbers means higher percentages every time something happens, or whenever an incident happens. It takes just a small number of shootings just to drive that percentage up higher.
Yeah, it doesn't take as many, but I mean, we just go to Chicago and know that it's not a low number. I mean, you guys sometimes have 52, 60 shootings on a weekend over there.
But
That's just
I think this is too much math for YouTube and Euro
See?
and the other guy.
Really? White people are statistically better up
And
now.
other guy. Wow.
I'm sorry, lack of. I don't want to call you. I don't want to call you Gandalf. I don't want to call you Gandalf because I know that's not your real name. But
Yes,
You know he does sleep.
what's your real?
huh?
It's not your real name. What's your real name?
I mean, honestly,
I think everybody should know my real name by now.
I can do
What's your
that.
real name? I never heard you say it once.
Donald.
Donald.
Yep, that's my real name.
That's my dad's name. What's wrong with that? Well, it was my dad before he died.
Donald.
After his name.
The Trump had your name first. That's why you're so upset. Now the Donald derangement syndrome all makes sense to me now.
Oh my god.
The
I
Donald
hear this
derangement
enough from
syndrome.
random people that just finds out what my name is. I don't want to hear that from y'all. I have no beef.
You're named
with,
after one of the most
no, I don't have no beef with Donald Trump over no name. If he was actually a decent president, I wouldn't have no beef.
That's about the only thing you don't have beef with him over.
Yeah, I don't. I don't even like my own name. Like I spent a lot
I don't
of.
like
Jiggy,
the
let's go.
Huh?
just take into account that your name is actually one of the greatest Marauder pilots from World War II. That's where my dad got his name from. That was my grandfather's pilot during World War II. His real name was Dom.
It helped with job applications, I guess, having a white sounding name. But outside of that, nothing else.
Because your mom was a smart woman and she knew to name her son Jaquavius.
No, I'm actually named after my dad.
And your dad's dad was a smart man and knew to name your dad Jaquavius.
Jaquavius. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who or what you want to name your kid. It shouldn't. But
I don't care if you're black, white, or Asian. If you name your son Jaquavius, I'm not fine.
Also, probably a good thing he wasn't named Graham Cephas.
I'm just.
I have no problem.
I'm just saying, like it's a plenty of weird names coming from white people out here.
You just want to say some gay shit right now.
No, Bo Cephas was a famous.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
Bo Cephas.
I'm gonna go ahead and close this up. I gotta get these kids to school in the morning, and I got some editing to do. But nice discussion. I'm probably gonna be.
Peace out, Django.
If y'all or anybody out there in the internet has any conservative people interested in debating, having an actual, sit down, I go over a point, he go over a point, kind of have some type of moderator or some shit, just reach out to me. Anybody that's watching, anybody that wants to participate in that, just send some MAGA conservatives my way. I'm interested in debating as many of these weird people I can. Just to...
Weird? I'm not the one that supports the transgender community, so talk about weird.
What do you mean by support?
Transgender community? And your own community doesn't usually support that.
What do you mean by support?
You're okay with them transgender children?
There's no proof. There's no proof of anybody getting surgeries in
Yes,
America.
there is. We've been over this before.
What?
Django, in your community, what's the DL mean?
Down
That
low?
guy's on the DL. Yeah, what does that mean? Why do you use
that
term?
means they're down low. That they're secretly gay or something.
Like,
Yeah.
your community is particularly like gay people, so that the people will be on the download.
I mean that's pretty much well known, but that doesn't mean that I don't support their right to exist or have the same rights as us.
They do have the same rights. They have more rights.
Okay, but they should also have the right to exist, right?
They do have the right to exist. Who's stopping them from existing?
So
What I'm stopping them from is stop trying to indoctrinate children into your lifestyle. Let children just be children.
how are they indoctrinating children?
I don't made it in my lifestyle either. To tell you the truth, I don't want them to
They
know
have
anything.
15 transgender cartoons on Netflix. I mean, where should I start?
15 transgender cartoons on Netflix.
Yeah,
Do your kids watch Netflix?
they might want to.
My son does, but he's 19 already. So
What I'm
No
saying,
kid should. No kid should-
why are so many parents out here complaining about things that they worried that their kids might assume if they're being parents?
Because parents want to be able to let their children watch Netflix without worrying about them watching transgender bullshit.
Well, be a parent.
we are being parents, and I'm pretty sure you know that your kids get away with probably murder without you knowing sometimes too.
But if my kids watches something that I don't want them, like my kid is not finna go and find some type of porn site without me knowing about it. Not in 2026.
That you know about.
That you know about.
No, I understand. Look, I work in IT. I know how to work my devices.
Okay,
Nice.
but you was a kid once. Did you mean to tell me that when you were 16, 15, or even 13, you didn't find a porno mag?
Yeah,
Well, I found all.
of course. But what I'm saying is that at that point in time, the kid should know what he likes and don't like.
You can't watch your kid 24/7 anyway.
Yeah, true.
Unfortunately, today I guess back then, who knows? They might pick up a Playgirl.
What I'm saying is that transgender cartoons at 16 is not going to turn your kid gay.
Not at 16.
Anime has got some pretty messed up stuff in it. And one
Oh,
of
you're
them
wait a
11
second.
or 12.
You're not coming for anime. Look, I was raised on Dragon Ball Z. I was raised on Toonami, and I'm
Okay,
not gay
Dragon
for it.
Ball Z is.
That's not the anime we're worried about. You know, there's a whole different section of anime than that.
What
manga.
are you familiar with the big three, the most popular anime? Like none of them are any type of anything.
Have you? So you know about Akira. You know about all them with the.
That's an old anime. That
Yeah,
that anime came out in the 90s or 80s, I think. I don't know,
Those cartoons are still around.
but still, there's
Those early. 90s, by the way.
are young kids going back to watch 80s anime?
Oh yeah. If
It's on
they're in the
Netflix. It's trending on Netflix.
No,
It's trending.
I don't look. I'm in the anime
It's
world.
trending on Hulu.
I'm in the anime world. I just got through watching JJK. Y'all not finna tell me that there's a whole cabal of kids going back to watch 80s anime.
Oh, there's a bunch of kids diddling in sexual references in anime. It's fucked.
But still, yes, there are sexual references in anime, but a child should not be watching that type of anime. Where's his parent?
And can you watch your child 24/7?
If he's younger than 10, yes. I mean, not
No,
20,
you
not
gotta go to
24,
work.
not 24/7,
You gotta
but
go to work.
that's what I'm saying is that when I get
Problem with the not 24/7 portion.
I mean, not 24/7, of course, but what I'm saying is that
Growing up, I could get under the computer.
the younger the kid is, the harder it is for that kid to hide something from you. You know, with age comes
True.
Yes.
But
like
But, you know,
if my 7-year-old is trying to hide something from me, I can tell immediately because I'm a parent.
maybe I don't know. When I was 10 years old, I could run a computer like somebody who's been running it their whole life.
Hey, that's good, and that's why I am well in tune with technology. Somewhat. I mean, not the best, but
Only when it comes to Streamlabs, then they'll take 35
hey,
minutes after
I'm still
criticizing the white man.
I'm still learning how to
After
stream. That's
criticizing
not
the white
fair.
man.
That's not fair.
I'm gonna-
I'm still
I'm
learning.
gonna have to give it 2 months. This one Streamlabs can be a bit.
But
Let's leave it
I agree
audio.
with you, but that was after he criticized me
Yeah,
saying, I don't know how to do it.
I-
It's so easy.
I don't agree with all this trans red flagging and stuff like that because just be parents. If you want to censor what is exposed to your kid, then
I
you
think
can
it
do
should be on
that.
a different platform. That's not
So would you be
accessible to
okay if they came out with something called said this is for children under 18? You're just going to say, oh, well, you know what, monitor your own children so they don't watch that. What if they market it and advertise it towards your children? You're fine with that? You're just
Nope.
going to say, well, don't watch that.
That's literally illegal in this country. You can't market
know, but what if it
pornographic.
was legal?
It's
What if
not.
it was legal?
It's
What if
not.
it was?
Yeah,
What?
Netflix, it's not going to ask your age when they're throwing for whatever reason. There's
But
no reason to
they have a kids version of Netflix too.
really cartoons.
Yeah, but a lot of parents stick it
They're
on the regular
obviously
version and leave it there.
But that's
You don't make a cartoon for adults.
there's a kids Netflix version.
Okay, you remember the movie that came out? Was it last year? Cuties.
Yeah.
They got regulated. Why can't the other stuff get regulated? It's the same. It's targeted towards kids.
Cuties was targeted towards kids, or was it targeted towards dance parents?
It was targeted towards kids.
It had kids in it, but what was that movie about?
Oh, I guess the awakening of being a teenager and all that stuff. So
No, it was about dance culture and their parents putting their little
okay.
girls in the dance situation and stuff like that. It was not like
if you read the thing,
specifically.
it talks about
It
reaching the age of maturity or reaching the age of puberty and stuff like that. It's talking about that in the description.
Yes, but what is the overall plot of the movie? Yes, those are little smaller plot points,
But it was
but
all about sexualizing that shit, and they got regulated, didn't they?
true.
And why shouldn't they been? They should be. There's kids watching that because it is targeted towards kids. Whether you want it to be or not, you change the fact of what it's targeted towards.
Okay, but if that's so you want the government to regulate everything that you think might be harmful to your child and not
No. The
Okay.
extreme stuff, I consider that extreme. If it's targeted towards
you
kids,
you consider cuties extreme.
oh, yeah, very extreme. A young girl underage gets shirtless on that thing. That to me is about as extreme as you can get. That's like grooming to me.
Was she fully shirtless?
She takes off her shirt. I do not know if she got fully because I'm not going to watch that. shit.
I was about to say I don't think that happened where they were showing bare.
I'm not going to watch that boy
No.
slop.
I don't think
No.
that happened. But that's what I'm saying is that little things like this trans stuff is like just a false flag for the Republican Party to complain about.
No, because they've been saying that, and then you
You've
turn
not
around.
been to a No Kings protest.
For example, Javon goes, I'm all in for like the healthcare stuff of whatever trans children, but he tried to deny the rest of the stuff. I see him on his next stream saying, well, if you have a trans kid who's 3 years old and he needs a surgery, what?
Yeah, it says
They-
here. It says here.
You're
Cutie.
what you would call a common Democrat. You're not what these people are, but these people are siphoning off of your group. Those are the people that we're against. These people that act going for this stuff. It's not a red flag.
I think the people that you're seeing
And I live in
is
California where
mostly
they
on. I think the people that you're seeing are mostly online. Honestly,
Well, a lot of them are online. If you come to California, they actually trans underage kids here.
how underage?
Like 12, 13 years old. There's people coming out
I
that
don't-
are
I
transitioning.
I don't
right now.
think there's been any.
We've already gone through the numbers. Are even online.
Evidence, you still don't believe it.
Yeah, the numbers are online, but they don't have all the numbers. Stuff. It's happening. It's happening in California, and if it happens to one, it's happening to many.
Well,
That's
if you
my.
Okay, so some. What is that? That's besides the point.
We have the law here,
Uh,
even though.
I just want to get back to the Cuties point just so I can make sure, because I had to look this up. Cuties was not made for kids, nor was it ever designed for kids. I had to make this key distinction.
What if adults gonna watch that? It's about a bunch of girls.
Now,
Little girls.
I can't say in the way it was marketed, but from the actual creators, the directors, and they're French, actually, it says that it was not designed for kids or a movie for kids.
Why would it be a coming of age movie for adults? We already came of age.
I don't know why they described it in that way, honestly.
Chud the Builder!
Yeah, that's
He
weird.
probably is going to get free now that I've learned some stuff about Tennessee law and self-defense.
So the director said it was meant to criticize sexualization of children, not to promote it.
So sexualize them and then say we're criticizing them. That's weird.
I'm just saying that's what that movie is about. Like, if you wanna, if you wanna criticize slavery, you got to show slavery
Yeah, but we're not showing it in that same manner.
in a movie. You know, if you
I
want
watched
if you want to show a movie highly critical of slavery, you kind of have to show that.
I watched it.
But I mean, I digress. I'm finna hop off. I got to get this stuff together. I gotta get this house in order before school tomorrow.
Okay, have a good one.
All right.